Using Ghost.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. We're going to play Starfinder today. But before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First, we are going to be playing some D&D tomorrow night, 5th edition. I almost said 7th edition, but that's not true.
Not yet. We're living in the future.
I know. Hopefully
in
not.
2025.
No, hopefully. I know, right? We'll have a brief month of 6th edition.
It's going to be D&D
Man, Wizards, please don't.
1.7.
They're just going to skip 6th edition.
Yeah,
They're going to be like,
exactly.
5.5 was so bad, we're going to
though.
go to 7.
Yeah, you have to pay
That's what Windows did.
It's like how everyone skipped right to 10.
Anyways, not a sponsor, obviously, but we will be playing D&D tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 5th edition. It is in our homebrew world of Alberon, and that is going to be tomorrow. Matt will be there. Kara, Matt won't be there. Matt won't be there. That's going to be the wedding. But Kara's going to be there. We're going to have a couple other friends who are going to be joining us, and that is tomorrow at 7 p.m., just right here. We have a YouTube at Alberon RPG where we re-air all of the sessions every week on Sunday. We also have an Instagram at Alberon RPG where you can see the different things that are on our table. For instance, here's our combat camera. You can see the starship combat that we're going to be jumping right back into in just a little bit, and Ari's hand. But you'll be able to see all of those things, not Ari's hand, in greater detail on Alberon RPG at Instagram. That's a different website. And I think that is all the announcements that we have for this week, and so we can get into this week's session of Mosaic Team 5. Mosaic Team 5. Last we played aboard the Zin Crawler at the edge of the Milky Way. We began last session with Mosaic Team 5 delving into the mind of one android Shade. As Spice used their psychic power to probe the missing spaces where memory cores once rested, you followed the olfactory memory of one of Shade's past selves because it matched your very own mother's perfume, Spice. You saw through an artifact of data left over in some component within the links that once held the missing memory cores within Shade, a glimpse of the crackling memory of your mom seen through Shade's eyes and based on how she appeared some decades before the present day. You saw next to her Jade Brunei, the person Bubbles viewed as a mother prior to all of you killing her, and the final figure, Dr. Maldros, the only one who seemed untouched by time, who spoke disapprovingly of Shade as some sort of prototype, but stated there was another further along, and asked if Spice's mom, using her last name, was interested in children. You were jolted back to the present, with Shade needing to process these things. Gibbs, you spent some time modifying the junk to make it specialized and more flexible in how it might be used. You spent the very first day of this tournament within the Zin Crawler, seeing this normal criminal haven cast in a much brighter light as visitors from across the galaxy converged on a gambler's dream, the Kill the King tournament, an illegal, high-stakes, and sometimes fatal lockout tournament that occurred at the end of the galaxy at the edges of legal space. You had all entered as a team called the Pink Wraiths. The Neon Wraiths. I forget because...
Excuse you.
So
sorry.
close.
NW.
But also, that's our nickname.
Yeah, no reason they might be called the Pink Wraiths whatsoever. But the Neon Wraiths, so as most of the team prepared for your first match, Spice and Echo, you went out to get some food. You did some minor recon on the other team, stumbling across a member of the Garachi Void who gave Spice their contact information after a brief discussion. you went to the Monday Bloodbath Graveyard, where you were set to face the melee-heavy top rope turbos. And as the race began, Spice and Echo shot forward, with Echo in particular screaming across the front of the wreckage of a vest carrier. Unfortunately for some of you, this triggered munitions that were stored aboard the carrier, and though Echo, you were able to outrun them in the initial lap, you would be seeing them again on your second. Spice, Bubbles, and Gibbs, and Shade immediately entered a dogfight with the remnants of the team, who seemed to be taking their time, though their engineer did shoot ahead towards the end. But now, as the second round of the match has just concluded, and with only Echo with points on the board and Spice quickly closing in on a half lap, with Bubble sandwiched between two ships, and with Gibbs flying into support, that is where we begin. I know, yeah, it's very challenging.
Yeah, I gave up, so
Yeah,
this is
that's
not
fair.
useful. If anything, it tells you who is still in the game.
That's fair.
There we go. Cola 33, Ewok.
What?
Ewok is the...
Oh, I thought this was what you were naming the enemy ships, and I was going to say I gave you their names.
You did.
Yeah, Cola and Ewok.
Cool, that's not their names. Anyways, so at this moment, just to remind you all of what is happening on this battlefield, you are in the Monday Bloodbath Graveyard, which is the remnants of a uprising that went awry. The primary thing that you can see here on the battlefield is this huge Vesk carrier, which is this blue thing on the map. And by circling this, each lap will gain you some points. You can also gain points by destroying the enemy ships.
And half laps, you get points.
Correct. The Neon Wraiths are the pink ships. They're quite easy to see on this battle cam. The other ones, gray, silver, there's a blue one, and those are the ones that would be the top rope turbos and taking on the rest of your team. There are other elements of wreckage, and so far they have seemed to be relatively inert. But that is the battlefield in front of you, and so we go to the very beginning of our turn number 3. Can you please say here?
So one of them might okay.
All right. So, very top of the round. People are declaring roles.
Do we roll for initiative?
No, first
No, not
you
yet.
clear your roll.
Oh. Captain!
Okay. Pilot.
Captain, I believe.
Captain. Okay.
Yeah, I'm switching seats.
Okay. You just shift one cheek over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, I believe, pilot as well this round.
Okay. And then Bubbles.
Uh,
Gunner. Always Gunner.
And
I keep saying words when you say words.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to declare a role for the
Yeah.
extra cortex because it can just kind of do that thing and has to sign the computer's check.
Yeah.
All right, so those are roles for engineering phase. Give me 1 second here. Any actions for the engineering phase?
Probably.
Captain's in engineering.
Yeah.
Spice?
Captains would never.
Spice is going to encourage Bubbles.
Okay.
Are the mines inert right now?
No.
They're not moving. Oh, they
They're
are?
not moving, but they're definitely active.
Right.
Okay, DC 10, if my diplomacy's already over that, can I... Is it an automatic success?
You have to
Yeah.
roll it.
Just don't
get
want to
a
roll a 1.
I got a 5.
There you go.
Alright.
So I get +2 to my next attack.
Yes, so you hear over your comms, you hear Spice come in and be like, I see you're battling out there, looking good, babe. And she, like, does a wink over the...
You hear the wink over the comms.
you hear
somehow.
her, like, fake eyelashes, like, flutter. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But as that happens, you are currently kind of wedged between the enemies. You have Gibbs who's flying in to help, but Spice's voice makes you feel a little better in the face of this rail cannon. That is
I like to
heating up
imagine
in
there's like
front of
sirens and klaxons going on.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Then all of a sudden Bubs just stops and there's a nice little peaceful, quiet moment while Spice talks to Bubs.
you. Yeah, no Smash Mouth starts playing, not a sponsor. Yeah, absolutely. So that is your turn, or sorry, your captain.
Yep, for
Okay.
engineering. And then... Oh, wait, no. You can do that later. Never mind. And then I'm gonna destroy Bub's moment of silence and be like, I don't know what she's talking about. You don't look so good. Please try to get out of there, and I'm gonna spend a resolve point to order you.
Very
Bubbles?
nice. Everybody ordering
What order
Bubbles.
is... Because then... So Bubbles contests it, which is the annoying part of order. Target rolls primary skill to give a crew member orders at the beginning of the phase in which she would act. On a success, so I need to pass the DC
Yeah, you
for
need to pass
his
for him to be
primary
able to-
skill check. So I don't know what your primary skill check would be.
Gunner.
Gunner. So.
So you have to roll your gunnery check.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this is kind of you, like...
You basically take the action and see if you're successful to a degree.
Can I add a plus
Yeah, I'm
4 to it?
confused about orders.
Yep. Great. 26.
26.
And my DC is
Oh, it
15
can. Okay.
plus 1.5 starship tier. It's 22.
There you go. So that's successful. Bubbles over the communicator. Gibbs shouts out some helpful advice that allows you to just hone in your action a little bit more practically. You still are not in a great position, but you're getting a lot of support from your team. Anything else, Gibbs?
Not for captaining.
Not for engineering. Anything else for engineering? Alrighty, that moves us to our helm phase. Everybody can make a piloting check, and this determines the order in which people go. I will make 5 of them then.
Oh, I need to spend a resolve.
It's fun.
I'd like to remind you that the Mystic Haze is still up till the end of this round.
Okay.
I don't get any pluses to this, right?
It's your piloting,
So plus 4.
so no.
No, but plus your computers.
Oh, but you
No,
can get
it's plus the
Shit, you said
piloting,
natural
which is plus
20?
2.
Okay, it's 2.
yes, natural 20.
You can add an additional computer
Yeah.
plus 4 if you would like.
Yeah.
Anybody 30 to 25?
Sorry, 30. 36.
36. Nice.
One
Okay.
more time.
Da-da-da-da.
11.
11. That's not anywhere near what I'm looking for yet.
No, oh,
That's
sorry.
okay.
What are we looking for?
Well, Eka just give me 35.
Oh, okay.
You gotta wait your turn for 11.
Yes.
Oh boy, 25 to 15, we'll say, I guess.
Nope.
Okay. You bet 25 to 15?
Nope.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness.
15 to 5.
8.
So,
Wait, 15 to 5? Oh, that's me!
11.
6?
Okay.
I'm busy. I got
Hey,
my.
you know what? Technically, that means that you get to go first.
Hey,
So that's nice. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me get the rest of the funky bunch in here.
Oh, yes. Right.
So the way that this is going to work out. Gibbs, you are starting us off, followed by Spice, then Bubbles, then the leader of their team, then Molina, then Quola, then we have Iwa, then Echo, and then at the very, very end, Shade. Alrighty. So, Gibbs, where are you flying to? What is your home phase?
So I need to use my computer to fly, so I have to glide. And so I want to turn and I guess I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would turn me like a quarter. Can I do that? 4? And I'm
And
facing.
then you're just turning one arc?
I'm not really. I'm just sort of like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't know. My wings lined up at this guy's butthole.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Because you would be just turning one like this and then one
Yeah.
down like that. Yeah, no problem. So you go through, you just dodge, and you have to go really tight around this ring in order to maneuver behind this craft. But to basically replace its situation with where Bubbles was a second ago, you now all create this Congo line of craft, all in pursuit of each other.
Cool.
That is your movement?
Yes.
All right, Spice, where are you moving? Your
I also am going to glide because she's yelling at Bubbles. So Bubbles getting bombarded by stuff right now, but I'm also moving. I'm gliding just 4.
Okay, so you begin to glide forwards. You can see that there are mines, but none of them especially near you at the moment. You can see Echo far ahead at the moment. And then where is Shade?
on the far side there.
So yeah, you can see you are following the androids now. That is your movement?
Yeah, that's my movement.
All right,
yeah.
Bubbles.
So I'm doing my movement. I'm going to do this stunt called Flyby.
Okay.
So the thing about this, if you read the text, it says during gunnery phase, a single arc of a weapon can fire as many as one enemy
We're
starship.
not in the
if it's a-
gunnery yet.
Right,
Can
but
let me
it's-
finish, please.
yeah.
So
Because it matters for when you cross through.
yeah,
in
yeah.
the-
I'm trying
It
to-
like sets things.
I'm trying to
up.
explain.
Yeah.
So basically, I can do an attack if they're one space away, which
Yeah.
this guy is.
Yep.
So I'm going to, basically my plan is move 8, with the fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to do a gunnery attack on this.
I got you. And the gunnery is really happening right as
As
you're
it happens.
starting.
Exactly.
I got
Thank
you. I got you.
Perfect. Okay, so that's my, that's going to be my turn.
Awesome. You can move yourself now because
Okay.
that's just like, it just helps for
And
solving
I'll
it, but-
also activate my focus fire algorithm if anyone else does damage. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So, Bubbles, you key into the computer a targeting algorithm that pings out to the rest of your squad, and for all of you, you get a targeting solution on what Bubbles is targeting. But Bubbles will resolve that in the
Yep.
gunnery phase.
And you still have one more action.
For my movement action, I believe.
No, because
It's wherever you want it, don't you?
That's what I was confused about with the
On a
orders.
success, crew members can take a second different action
because of
in
your-
her roll this round.
right, because
So
of
you can
yours.
shoot a gun twice.
Yeah, but that's in the gunnery phase. So this
Yeah.
was
Oh, okay.
this was that none
That's
of that
his
has happened
movement.
yet. Yeah,
Okay.
that will happen in the gunnery phase.
Thank-
So yes,
Okay,
yes,
I know
yes,
what I'm
yes.
gonna do with that. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's excellent. Though.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Because I think that means you can
Shoot 3 times.
As long as it's a different kind of
Yeah,
shoot,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I can
that's
do because I
very
get the plus
cool.
2 from Spice.
Yeah, that's-
so I can do it for plus 0.
That's super
no
cool.
negatives.
So you're taking in all of the orders from every single team member who is on your team, and even though it would overwhelm most people, nobody takes orders like you. Bubbles.
I trained him well.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You trained for
Yes.
this.
Perfect.
So that is your movement. That brings us to the captain, to Molina, to Kola, and to Iwa. To the rest of them, actually. That was convenient.
Oh
That's
wow.
what you wrote. Kola and Iwa.
So
I need 16 skill rate for them, right?
No, you need 6. That's level 6.
Oh, that's an L. Okay. Then I don't have that anyways. Yeah. Okay, then I'll do fire at will, which is just as good.
These stunts are so good.
You don't have that.
They are real
Because
good.
you get to do, like,
No, on the hack. It's,
move plus
Those are-
things.
Oh,
yeah, I can only do these 2.
I'm missing one person here. Oh, no, I put them on. Okay, cool.
All right.
So, for almost all of them, they begin to go in the opposite direction as most of you. And Echo, you out in front suddenly see that there are 3 of them kind of emerging in your general vicinity. There is. Ooh, nice.
3 ships, yes.
Yes. Right as this one begins to pull over.
Oh. That's okay. These guys own mine.
All right.
Do they
This
not
guy.
know about the mines?
I
We
believe this
don't
guy
know.
is.
And they continue to move forwards. These don't
This is
seem
the
to
most
react.
guy.
They do just detach, and you can see the little bits of debris go over, but they don't seem to follow, and this person is not moving nearly as fast as Echo is.
And mines are pinged to us.
In this helm phase, the one that only moves 3 forwards, that's in front of you, Gibbs, is going to attempt a piloting check. And actually, I don't know what happens when you fail.
oh wait, that was. You can't do that.
All right. So you can see, Gibbs, this ship in front of you. It flies forwards, and you can see suddenly the thruster just die. And then you see these little panels in the front open up, and it tries to just flip and burn back around to target you. But something sputters. It's like the arms are taking too much power, and it isn't able to turn over. It just kind of drifts forwards a little bit.
Do I get
And
it?
seems to.
This one?
You do not. It wasn't close enough, I don't believe, to start with you.
That one?
Yes.
Because he was there, and he's within my range for my side cannon.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because it's a couple
Yeah.
hexes, right?
It's 5
Two
hexes.
hexes. Oh, 5 hexes.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the
okay,
time before
sorry.
they moved.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
Cool. So my to hit is plus 16. 8 plus 16 is
24.
24, please.
24. Give me just 1 second. 24 is going to be a hit.
Right, and this is my chain link cannon because that's what's on the side. So one goes right in front of the nose of Bubs, who I would have shot if he had been 1 hex in front of me.
Yep.
But the other one's gonna hit the guy for 64. Oh, 64. I'll do it on my phone. I don't want to roll that many d4s.
I can. Oh well, I can't.
That's how I'll do it. Okay.
This is why we need the D4 necklaces.
Yeah.
64. Oh yeah, because it's half here. 16.
This is
Great.
gonna work out good.
16.
16. Okay. So from where they're flying by with the attack of opportunity that hits them right in the aft section, and with 16, you can see almost immediately the shields just disappear. But that is their movement. They fail on their check.
hit?
That brings
I
us
did.
to Echo.
Hit.
Okay, you deal because of the focus fire algorithm. The first person who does damage with that, they add the minimum damage. You know how I do my rifle for warrior? You roll 2d8 and it just turns out to just be 2. That's how it works for add that damage to her attack.
So then that would
So
be
plus
6.
Yes.
Another
There you
6.
go.
Plus
Okay.
6, please.
Give me 1 second here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And
Hey, you helped
study.
me.
Yeah.
And studied!
Yeah.
All right.
And after the shield flickers away and that second little
with the
element
music,
just
too.
ricochets around and off, you can see elements of the hull are a little bit blackened. It seems as if the shields are down towards the aft part of this. But that is all of their movement. Echo.
No.
This is just the movement, right?
This is movement and helm if you have anything else for helm.
I
I know. I'm going to do
doing the piloting for helm.
soon, but I'm trying to decide who. This one's half shielded down.
Shit.
No, I can't because I'm already far away.
I didn't see that there was a guy right there.
They
Hold on.
moved there.
Yeah.
I have to
No, I can't.
ask.
Oh, but it's not a turn.
I'm going to attempt to evade.
Okay.
So ship moves up to its speed and can turn as normal, but gains a +2 circumstance bonus to AC and TL until the start of the next round with a successful check. DC is 17. I can't possibly fail unless, you know.
You do.
I don't. So that's 39 plus 2, 41.
So as you scream around the corner here, for almost anybody else, you would probably just barrel into this oncoming craft, but you are able to almost with supernatural reflexes avoid this oncoming ship. It was almost like a head-to-head strike. And this is like slow motion. There is a moment where you can turn and they just see like the 2 glowing blue eyes go by and then you're just by them.
I think I'm gonna stay there.
Oh, okay. So it's a very long slow motion moment. Interestingly, what is your TL?
29.
Ooh, okay. Give me 1 second here. So,
That's also
as you are hanging out right there, you can see the mines that are on the other side of this craft do both begin to blink. And one of them does immediately begin to register on your ship as a lock, and instantly it just begins to move. And it moves 2 axes. Which is instantly moving this way.
I'm hoping that it detonates with that guy.
And it does detonate right there. And
This guy too, maybe.
I don't know what that guy's doing.
Oh, is he still hiding there?
Yeah, is this guy still? This guy hasn't moved, has he?
oh, that guy was supposed to move.
Yeah, I was wondering what he's been doing the entire
Didn't move
game.
very far, though.
In your
I
last
can
game,
barely
too.
see him in the gray onion
Yeah,
ring
no,
that's
my
there.
Yeah.
Point of order for those with
I
the
was looking for
AC as well. The
where's-
7 from our nanocarbon goes to TL, not AC.
Oh,
So
fuck.
so it's 22 is the highest.
because it's the
Good to know. Good to know.
yeah.
So TL is 20.
Oh, this mine slides
it's
down,
the
and as it
defenses.
explodes, you can see for just a moment it has this like perfect spherical kind of shape. But right before it explodes, there's a that makes you think it maybe misfires. But these smooth components just fall away, and it is just jagged, very Vesk-looking barbs. And then the mine just detonates. And as it rips out, it does deal 16 points of damage across the.
That's probably my port
I
side.
believe it is the port side, and it is in their starboard side. And you can see their shields immediately just vanish on that side.
Sweet. So do mine, though.
And so that just explodes, it ripples around. Dan, can you pull that mine right off? Yeah, thank you. But anything else for your home phase?
That is my home phase.
Alrighty, that is your home phase. That brings us to Shade.
So, the captain is flying up and around the top, right?
The captain is flying up and around the top. Yes, so they right over the top.
I'm gonna keep flying this way,
Okay.
but kind of raise my elevation to kind of get up at a level with them.
Sure.
But still to complete the half lap here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do so with my exocortex, I want to do a scan again on the captain,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna just fly.
What information are you looking for with the scan?
So I did other. I'm gonna do defenses.
Okay.
And what I want to know is, would these mines, the way that they explode, potentially be something that the shields that we know about would be able to absorb the energy from an explosion of these mines and then release it back out?
You're asking for the armor?
For specifically for the captains,
Yeah.
it was the energy.
So go ahead, make your check.
The coating that stored the energy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do I actually have to take auxiliary power from a different system? Or is it just I give
Not
myself
great.
above
It's like a
So if I
23.
No.
I can spend the rest of
No idea.
All right. So that's
But I would say, with that check, as you're looking at it, you don't gain anything substantial about it.
it's the DC is 15 plus the starship tier and stuff.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
You don't get anything substantial about it. It doesn't have a ton of damage, and so you don't really have any idea what the kind of hull points are or anything like that.
All right. And then I'm gonna fly. I guess I need one of these.
Can I have? Oh, I can't turn. Never mind.
Could you pass
well.
the sheep?
The ship.
I thought you said sheep.
I also
sheep.
thought sheep.
Please
And I
pass
can
the
go-
sheep.
So
And even though in
wolf is after
Starfinder
them.
there is no elevation per combat rules, we've decided that we're adding it apparently for this
because
guy.
you
For
Yeah, you
visual,
guys-
yeah,
yeah,
no,
it
it's helpful
is.
for mental pictures, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I have my energy things up,
Okay.
so I can get up to the. Or I had diverted thrusters before, so that's it.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Divert doesn't require you to take it from anything else. It's just a button.
Give them all to Ari.
Sorry, what do you need?
I don't really use D4s terribly. 4.
4? Ooh, nice.
Did I just get 4 fucking mines out?
So instantly, Shane, as you turn around, maybe it's burning the thrusters, maybe it's Maybelline, but you are
explosions.
getting quite a few of these. And
Right.
actually, what is your TL?
My
Ooh, look at that,
TL
that's nice.
is pretty good. Let me check. TL should be 29.
Okay. There is one. You can see that blue one that is right there. It blinks for just a second, but you are just quick enough at this moment to avoid the immediate target lock that you saw grab onto Echo. There are quite a few mines there, though, and you would imagine you're probably going to be pulling or at least triggering almost all of them if you don't do something pretty drastic on your next turn. But that is your helm phase, and that brings us to the very, very top of the next phase. Give me just 1 second here. All right, so gunnery phase, unless there's anything remaining on helm.
Nope.
All right, gunnery phase. Echo, what are you?
Am I able to? This is more of a lineup question.
Okay.
With my chain cannon, because they're forward.
Sure.
Do I have anything in range or no?
Where are you?
I'm that guy over there.
It does not appear so.
Okay.
Gunnery.
I just share my pro strat with everyone.
Anything? What is the range on them?
Well, it's more of like because they're forward and I'm facing the wrong way that I'm like.
Yeah. Anything? Sorry. So we're going into the gunnery phase. That reverses the order essentially. So Shade, we are starting with you for the gunnery phase and then going backwards. Right?
Why back? Why are we going?
Because when you roll first.
I always thought it was the lowest number goes first. I
It
thought
doesn't really matter though. 'Cause
Oh
it
yeah,
all
you're right.
resolves
Yeah,
at
it
the
doesn't
same
really matter.
time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Gibbs, go ahead, start us off.
My computer moved
It all
me,
resolves
and
at
I
once.
used a
I know,
gun.
what if you-
Yeah, so
we
who's-
used our.
So we're all set.
We're all
Okay.
set. Sorry.
So I have nobody to hit.
Excellent. So then why don't we go right over to Bubbles? And then we'll just have, actually, yeah, since it doesn't really matter the order in which it resolves, we'll have Bubbles and Shade go, and then we'll have the other
Okay.
team go.
I'm going to. I was attacking this guy. I already declared I was,
Yep.
and also I have to because none of my weapons go
So
behind.
go ahead, do your flyby.
Yep. So the flyby, I already
Okay.
did it, and I do the.
Bubbles taking attacks for everybody.
I'm
Today.
gonna do the grinding gear for it.
Okay.
Not in range.
That's a good use of it, too, I feel
Yeah,
like.
because it's a with one. I really like that move too, and plus it doesn't use ammunition like the torpedoes do.
Yeah.
Where is it? Right here. Gunnery. Here it is.
That's
Yes.
yeah. Roll it on a bunch of trash. That's
also
cocked
bad.
too.
I can. The sound that it makes when you move your hand through
Natural
there is
20.
really upsetting.
See what happens when you roll on an empty
That
tray.
absolutely hits.
Nice
so go ahead,
press
roll.
line.
Or it's because you cocked
I
it
don't-
Double the
twice.
roll on the dice.
Yeah, but it could have been a 1 too.
So
The way he
it's,
was jacking off his dice.
double the
Hold on. Double the damage roll, so
Yeah.
3d8. Can I get some d8s, please?
You got it, my friend.
Here's D8.
So full of
Sex
references.
jokes.
I can't.
Untethered tonight.
No, we're
That's
gonna
not
tether
a
Yeah,
this.
that's not a
Bondage is best.
Hey.
2, 7.
Consent.
Oh, some of those aren't even D8s.
Okay, 4 plus 7.
Here's a
Throw
D10
in
just in
11
case.
there.
11 damage. Then I have my second attack, or you wanna?
So
If
11
this is, I'm gonna do the same thing I did underneath the ship.
Okay.
Because before I went underneath it, and I used the grinding gear, coming up from the top.
Absolutely, and their hull is damaged with that flyby already. But go ahead and make your second attack.
All right.
That was the natural 20 was 11.
Yes.
Damn. You feel judgment from Gibbs' ship.
I mean, not
The
great.
silence is
you double them?
deafening.
Whatever double Joe double 13 was. Oh, do I supposed to double them?
Yeah, it's
Okay, so
Dan.
2, 4. I mean, it's the same
Dan,
thing ever.
no, Dan.
4
that's
plus.
28.
Where are you getting 28 from?
6.
No, that's one-
That's 10. Oh, so that's still 20.
That's what I said.
No,
I
you
said
said
11.
Okay, well then times 2. I don't know where.
20 is very different.
So
Go
where,
ahead.
where did you get Where did you get? It should be
Because there
20.
was a 4 there.
22. Yeah, it should be 22.
22, yeah, that's why I was
Where do
surprised.
you get 20 from?
Either way, 22 is
Matt,
more than
Matt,
11.
let me do my own trick. I know how
Yeah.
to read my own numbers.
Dan, 22?
Yes, that's what
Okay.
I said.
Roll a D100.
It was 11, and I thought you were going to double.
Roll a D100. No, sorry, that makes more sense.
Yeah, usually I assume.
That's why I was like, you did
Yeah,
11.
that makes more sense. I was like, that's very low, but okay. I wasn't gonna shame somebody for rolling
I did.
that,
I have a
you know?
D10. So I don't have a
Excuse?
He's like, let me manage my own dice tray. Where's my D10? Can I get a D10?
Oh,
Anybody?
yes,
Except for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
can roll
buy
that one.
eventually at 100.
Makes the
32?
dice sometimes roll better.
32.
We need another nap day for Dan.
No, thank you.
We do need another
I really,
dice
I
and
really,
dice tray.
I really don't want that.
All across the front of that ship, as you like go underneath it, and the grinding gears yank out the guts of the ship. The shield no longer providing any protection for it underneath. There is something that pulls out, and you can see some of the lights and the different sort of antenna and instruments across the front just go dead. And you would imagine that there is not just malfunctioning, but you wrecked the sensors.
Okay, I'm doing a second attack on him.
All right.
I get an idea.
Bring it down. Mayday. Mayday.
Oh, this is my D.
Okay, I'm good.
I keep handing it to you like it is.
That's a 14 plus 18. That would be 32.
That hits.
We get 34 from
32. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, you can't do
Plus the 2.
I can't do it.
So that's another 3
Doing this for 5 years. You don't need math to play games with numbers.
Definitely
I like
not.
magic.
Dude, your rolling
too.
style is so chaotic.
That's
me out.
7, 4, and 3. So 10, 14. Same spot underneath the hood.
All right. So you rip into this thing again, and with 14 more damage, there is smoke billowing out of this thing. It seems as if, for the moment, there is no further systems damage to it, but it's looking bad. And you can imagine that this craft is on the cusp of being out. Anything else? You have one more shot?
Do I have one more shot? I believe Flyby gave me...
Flyby.
So flyby lets you, as your movement, use
lets you-
one, and
Yeah.
then you had 2 actions.
Yeah, so I
So you
took
get one more.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I asked you about that, but I wasn't sure if
I'm
that was...
And you have one more
Yeah.
weapon?
Yes, it was Ari's second order, my regular gunnery, and then the
but he's
flyby.
need
Grinding
3
gears, torpedo, and then I'll use a chain cannon.
Okay. So the torpedo is a tracking weapon.
Okay, I made a hit.
So,
It
but
works
it works very differently.
Okay.
So torpedoes, they have a target lock number that they're supposed to hit, and then that places something actually on the.
Oh, okay.
So my fault. So
Yeah.
for torpedoes in particular, we haven't used them yet, and so that's still definitely going to be a lock. Give me 1 second. though.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you, and who are you locking?
I was like one space away from him right here. It was
Yep.
like here and here.
And who are you locking on them?
This guy.
That guy. Okay.
So right here and here.
So what is the movement on that torpedo?
Let me check it real quick.
Because you succeeded.
It
so
is speed 14 in hexes,
Oh.
range 20 in hexes.
phenomenal.
You could have
So
shot across
this
the board.
thing just, as you lock onto it, it swings
Nice.
towards it. And so yeah, it does hit, does all the damage. That is part of what just like rips through these sensors.
torpedo
It explodes through this whole thing. This craft very poorly. You can pull that light off. We don't need it because you hit
Okay.
it.
And then
These aren't like mines. The mines have a range of like 5.
my last attack will be the twin
Swinging
rail
so
cannon.
Like
wide.
5.
Because we didn't know that.
That's a natural 1. I'm going to use my reroll for the day.
Good choice.
Good way to do that. Yeah.
That's a 12
That's better.
plus 18 is 20.
That hits
12
just
plus 18 is
barely.
30.
30.
Yes.
That hits much better.
So I need a D10, isn't it? I can never tell these things.
It's so
Here's one.
Thank you. I can't tell it.
I feel like he's got one. You just can't find it.
Yeah,
Are you
you're-
still 4?
There's a comb in there. 4 points of damage.
Yes.
Do you get modifier?
Not for damage. No, we discussed that last week. No.
Yeah, unless you get
Yeah.
like bonuses.
Same
from
spot underneath
crew
the hood.
members, basically.
This ship, for all intents and purposes, is disabled. You can
Yeah.
see the lights just go out, and the life support is definitely still there, and there is almost certainly the cockpit's still intact. There's no signs of like damage to the life support. Unless there is some miracle of science that will happen, it doesn't appear likely that it will move.
Joe,
it
do I have to kill him to get the points?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to murder people
So
for
let me be
points?
clear. This is a disabled ship.
Okay.
Does that mean they're out of the game? Or can they save their own ship?
They can save their own ship. It's in a situation
repair.
that it would be nigh impossible. It would
I
be
think
very
this
tough.
guy's got a tow truck.
Shade might be able to do it, but even Shade, this isn't something that Quick Patch would fix. This is something that would take like
Miracles.
even beyond Miracle Worker.
Okay,
it would
my
probably
turn.
take several turns.
Okay.
But yeah, for the moment, they're certainly out. You can see like the wing is twisted and wrecked. Like this wouldn't work in atmosphere. It would probably even be tough to land at this point.
Baby's just gonna go on
Does
the
the light
comms.
go out on the scoreboard? Or
Yes,
anything?
the light absolutely
And
goes
our
out,
point
that is the
goes up,
disable.
E?
You guys don't have points that are like on your heads up display, but yes, you would imagine you score points.
I'm imagining like this is a big like
go.
No,
kids
yeah.
soccer field, and they like have like the point system like they do above like the green monster.
Yeah, it's just a big scoreboard that's
Yeah,
floating.
and then it
We'll
like
probably
flips.
see tomorrow should you survive some kind of replays on the infosphere. But
And Bubs will end his turn by
ESPN
saying, "Babe, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see
Oh
that?"
my god, I loved it! I hear ya. Looks great over here.
explosions and mines coming out, and Echo, your whole ship is rocked, and the soundtrack to
too.
that is just the sound of like Spice and Bubbles flirting, and Gibbs just going, "I'm here too," in like a much cracklier voice.
I think Echo has put like the comm system on like read only so that like they can just process the text. So it's
That's
not gonna.
absolutely fair. So that brings us over to the rest of them.
Oh, this goes away now.
Yeah, for folks who are going to be taking a shot, that is going to be just So Echo.
I was gonna say, I think it's me.
I think you're taking 1, yeah. So Echo, as you are driving by, you can see there is 2 different arms that are going to be able to hit you. One mounted on the very dorsal part of the ship, like on the spine of it, and one that is mounted along the front left-hand side, which is like a hacksaw-like arm. But first, you see the tether is going to lash out and does a 19 hit.
No, it does not.
And so as it swings around forward, you are able to bank hard to the side, but this does bring you around in front of this hacksaw arm. Maybe it doesn't, but it's too dark to tell. I don't think it does. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
For sure not.
And so even though you are just going straight within, there is a moment where you pass close enough that if you were on the wing, you could reach out and touch them. You are able to just go straight between these 2 arms, taking no damage, not even touching, and you are about to pass on the other side. However, the one that is on the other side is going to use their rail launcher on you. And that is going to be a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
All right. And I just gave my d8s away. So,
And what side is
Here
this?
we go. Here's a fun D8.
Oh. No good.
that is going to be... That's really loud.
It's so loud.
That is going to be 12 points of damage.
To which side?
That is going to be, I believe,
Is it aft?
in the back. Yeah, in the aft.
In the ass?
In
Sorry.
the aft. In the aft. Here's this.
Is the aft the
incredibly
bottom
heavy-
part of the ship?
It's the back.
butt.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so heavy. It's just.
He doesn't like it.
It's like-
Rejected.
It's a burden to have on it. All right, but it. I believe that is everybody who is going to fire. Shade. What is your TL?
Mine is 29.
29. Okay. There is a lock on,
Oh shit.
but you do not see any projectile. Nothing seems to be added to the field, and so you're not quite sure what that means. But that is all of them, and that brings us. Anything else for the gunnery phase?
No.
All right.
Pew pew.
That brings us back to the top of the round. The little lights around all of your heads-up displays just kick over to 3. There's only 2 rounds left, and so at the moment, you are well in the lead. Echo has a lot of points on the board. Spice is creeping towards a couple more. Suddenly, Bubbles is adding a big burst as they disable one of these ships. You are well on your way to victory, but there is 2 rounds left. That is bringing us to engineering. First, anybody changing roles?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to move to pilot.
I'm also moving to pilot.
So, Spice, you hang up the communicator. Gibbs, you're like, I'm also here. Hang up the communicator, no longer here. You are both piloting now, focusing on something else. Anybody else?
I'm staying as pilot.
Alrighty. So,
So pilot.
anybody engineering phase?
Is this when I wait?
That's home face.
Right. Yes, I'm waiting for
All
home
right,
phase.
that
Thank
brings
you.
us to the home phase where we do piloting checks.
Are we rolling for dice?
Roll for dice.
Nice.
Highest roll gets dice. Everybody just throws a handful of dice at the person that rolls the highest.
Yeah, right?
I also rolled an 11. We're twinning tonight.
Wow. Yeah, our minds, we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like we finish each other's
Sandwiches.
not
It's
so
from Frozen.
All right, anybody natural 20?
No.
35 to 30?
37.
Okay.
32.
All right. The android's just flopping back and forth in the very top of the round. It's 30 to 25. All right. 25 to 20. 2015. Spice, where are you coming in?
13.
13. What about
14.
you, Bubbles? Gibbs?
Well, because I'm a gentleman, I'll let Spice go first because I'm also 13.
Very nice. Okay.
And a couple sticky.
So, Bubbles,
I'm also here.
Gibbs, Spice. You are all going significantly faster than the rest of them.
The androids are able to push ahead because their chat's only
So-
on.
Almost their entire team, with the exception of their android, is going first, followed by Spice, then Gibbs, then Bubbles, then the android on their team, then Echo, then Shade. So truly all the androids up top. We'll start with their team.
They have an android.
No, I know.
They will
Talked
take
about the couple going
slower.
together. So I got confused about that order, but it really doesn't matter ultimately.
They are just out. I know it's got provoke attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
They are gonna go 1,
I'm
2.
gonna spend all my resolve points on
Oh,
this.
also that guy.
They moving past me?
Oh yeah, they moved
Yes, they are
past
for you.
Yeah,
they're
you
not.
can-
They're,
No,
they're not moving past you. This one will though.
different plane.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, see, that's what messes with me when you're.
So that's the thing. The planes doesn't really matter. This one is going to provoke an attack before, probably from you though.
Yeah. He
Do I
didn't
get an
go
attack?
here
Yes, you did.
in front of me here. He just went this way.
And that's
And I
because
only
that's
got the four.
is that
When
gunnery
you
or is
went
this
right
just a
here.
free attack?
It's going to be during gunnery. Or actually, no. Let's
Yeah,
do it
no, I
now
see.
because otherwise it's going to get confusing. It is a free attack though.
Okay. So do I get the -2 from that, or because I'm pilot?
I think it's a -2. I think it's -4
For all
because you get a
attack
-2
opportunities?
for attacks opportunities to begin with.
Oh wait, no.
You get
But
-2 for attack.
I thought so.
I didn't know that.
I don't think.
I didn't read that.
I thought there's a negative for getting it, but maybe not. Maybe it's you're not adding things instead.
I don't think we actually found where it was in the rules room.
So would this be considered a snapshot since I chose piloting role?
I think so. We can double check though. That's something that the rules for attacks of opportunity have always been very confusing for me.
It's not great. It's a 16.
16 does not hit.
Mine was a, I believe, 22.
22. A 22 does hit.
And that's the chain cannon, which is 32 damage.
32 damage.
Yeah.
32 points of damage is substantial.
Is that right though? Because
That
It's
seems
12d4.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
linked.
yeah.
All right,
So
32 damage.
32 points of damage. All right, go ahead and roll a d100 for me.
Wait, isn't? No.
You asked me about the chain cannons? It's because they're linked. So they fire at the same time.
76.
76.
My order
Very
does not,
nice.
'cause I-
So as they are screeching out and trying to go around, all at once, for some reason, Shade, you feel like they're kind of converging around the front of the ship, almost like they're surrounding you, and it happens right after you get that lock. But you stitch the chain cannons in, and it goes straight across the front of the ship, and you can see the weapons that are attached to these arms are just shredded straight off. And these mechanical arms just go floating, both of them from the ship, off and into space. And you would imagine the weapons are wrecked.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
But they are still just kind of screeching forwards around. There is smoke that is just staying in space here in their trail. That is their movement. Okay. That brings us over to Spice.
Okay, we're in helm phase, right?
Correct.
All right, so you see, Spice is a thing in anime when you're piloting a ship, and she pushes all the levers forward to activate full power.
It doesn't make any sense. You're pushing the brake, you push the eject, everything forward. Somehow.
Like
it
full
works.
power. So I'm going to.
Shade was like, I'm just gonna make it so it goes faster the more things are forward.
More shiny buttons.
This is a unique map control.
You see Spice like shoots across the battlefield to make it to a half lap.
All right. As you tear around the corner and you get past that midway point,
Yep.
how many hexes are you within?
1.
It's what? None.
There's
One.
a 1. I said 1, not
Yes.
none.
Go ahead and roll a d4, Spice.
Yeah, but that also might take down him.
It might.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that there was a ship there. I got a 4.
4. Love
Oh my god.
it. Love this.
That means
Lights are
there's
mines,
4
and
more
they're magnetically
mines.
attracted to our team specifically.
Yeah, and so now we're going to resolve the target lock here.
Oh.
This is Spice, so...
I thought.
1. Ooh, there's
how
a
did
lot
you
of
get
them
past
right
them?
here.
By being
Fast.
faster.
And they popped out they popped out after I was passed.
Yeah.
They had already been out when you passed them.
And so actually, as
Okay.
you're going past...
More pop
Spice,
out.
A lot of them pop out, and
bad.
all of them have a chance.
For bad.
Okay. right, bye guys.
118 mines.
Now, is there any current like addition to your target lock bonus?
Me?
Spices.
No.
You got 20.
What do you mean addition?
Yeah, but your target level bonus is 20 though.
So if it's
see
20,
that
that's good. Only 2 of them hit. One of them is almost a natural 20, but it is not.
Oh, okay, that's for defense.
So as you
didn't
scream by Spice, 2 of these mines that detach suddenly begin to blink and they follow you, and they are going to slam into your ship. It would be the first one and the second one.
No.
The second one will explode in a range in which it's going to damage that other ship as well.
That was my strategy.
As you go by, suddenly you see this light that is blinking off in your periphery get brighter and brighter and brighter.
At least be a neutral if they both get disabled.
You take 11 points of damage from the first, and from the second,
This
shields
is
are
like
probably still
port
up.
shields,
Yeah,
right?
towards
yeah.
Okay, bye.
Oh, you got
Got
Hulk.
one.
Ooh. And then from the second, 19 points of damage.
Oh, that's.
How do I
that's a
even?
lot.
So
On
if
which
it's
side?
all on, yeah, if it's all on my port side.
So then you take 18 points of damage, but you have temp HP, so you take 10 points of damage directly to your hull, but that's it. So you have 20.
Technically 9 because she has 1 left over.
Yeah.
So 9 points directly.
And you took it from a good spot. It's not like you took it
You
from
did.
tangents.
And so this explodes and it rips through your shields. And as the second mine hits, it goes through the shield and hits straight into the hull. And you hear metal
Fixable
twist.
damage.
You hear the weapons kind of buckle. All the systems are exposed to space. But with no oxygen, there is no fire raging within the systems. Everything still works. You just imagine another hit will probably start crippling systems pretty quickly.
Yes, it
you can
definitely
like
will.
look off to your right, and you can see places next to you on the consoles that are bent out of shape because it got so close to the cockpit. But you're still up. There are like 5 or 6 blinking mines now that are kind of also drifting off to the left side of your ship.
Wait,
And
so if I move, like at all, am I gonna set off more mines?
if you continue to go straight by the ship in the sort of near proximity to the mines, you imagine you'll probably run a pretty close chance of attracting them, yeah. So Echo is moving very fast and also is keeping a decent berth, and that seemed to help. You're moving right in there with the ship, and you're not going quite as quickly.
Okay.
That is your movement. Gibbs.
Gibbs has installed her air conditioning to make the inside of the cockpit more reactive to her driving.
Okay.
So, despite being in space, when Gibbs floors it, her little mohawk goes, "Wah!"
Sure, no problem.
As she goes, "Wah!" and it's gonna go 12 as I full power.
The ship is operating at like 70% efficiency because there's so much energy being pushed to the air conditioning, but no problem.
And then I'm gonna pull up side by side with this guy and just be like, roll your window down and see if he does it.
Okay, you gesture to roll their window down. You look over, they're driving a tendon slicer craft. You know that this is a craft that like
Yeah.
goes down. It's like a fighter jet, and so they don't. But
Well, I make eye contact
Okay.
and I'm there now. Hi!
Do you do the
Yeah.
point roll your dinner, or do you do like the crank, like.
I do the point because
You do the
I'm
point?
from the future.
yeah, from 2250, there's no hand crank.
Because I'm from the future!
Boy, so that is
It's
what
like
you
we
do,
lost
Gibbs.
that in 2020 and
Bubbles, where are
My
you moving?
Tomorrowland's gonna be all crank. Crank punk.
Where are you moving, Bubbles?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Bubs shoots around this little circular centrifuge, and he feels the forces in his face, and he goes, "Rrrr," and he like
Also
feels the
modifier.
need for speed.
Can't you only move half speed if
Only
you
move
take?
half speed
Yeah.
if you're going gunnery.
Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can still hit him, and that's it.
All right.
Are you
So
gonna turn your ship though? Is it the right way? It looks like it's buttholes forward.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thanks.
It's hard for that one in particular because the wings
Yeah.
are black. It's hard for me to tell which
Yeah.
is forward. But no problem. At first, you're like, I'm going to go as fast as I can, but you're concentrating on shooting, and so really, it's kind of like a grandma drift around
Yeah.
this.
To Bubs, it's fast.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Bubs is the cautious driver of the group.
Yes. That brings us to all of the androids. So,
Make sure you load your cookies.
I did move Cola already.
You have to load them?
Echo,
No, that's why you're all slow.
Echo, where are you moving?
Echo is going to full power it by spending a resolve point.
Okay,
And move fast.
there you go.
I take.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. There we go.
That's pretty fast.
That's pretty low.
So Echo, you are right on the edge where you imagine if you get to that and you're not kind of going underneath the engine, you are in danger of losing this half lap.
What?
You have to
Did you need to go between?
Oh, you have to go that way?
Oh.
You would need to, you could be 1 hex closer, which would be on top of that blue engine.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Or you could be on top.
Oh yeah, you could certainly do it that way. And that will mark off your half lap. As you
Full lap.
you accelerate. No, because Echo already has a full lap. I believe, right?
No.
I pinged this thing and I pinged that thing, so
Okay,
that's...
never mind. You have your full lap.
Okay.
Absolutely.
soon to be half lap once you get like
Correct.
a little bit further.
So that is your movement.
Yep.
All right.
Do I have to roll a d4?
You do. And you are getting.
Don't roll a 4.
So did you move? You moved
12.
12. Okay. 2. Very nice.
So big number is bad.
Big number bad, yes. Big number, many mine.
Echo.
Sir?
Alone mine. Just
Oh,
right out there.
oh, little buddy.
And as you are going by, this pops out, and you are going so quick that it actually seems to almost just shift and move towards the nearest enemy. It target locks a natural 1.
Hey, we like that.
Love a natural 1 target lock.
But that is Echo's movement. Shade, where are you moving?
So I'm actually gonna do
Race the girls.
a
Good
stunt.
Stun?
Stunt.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do
I am
evade
the sweat.
because I don't want to get hit by whatever's locking on.
That makes sense. Yeah, you can
I
definitely.
think I can't fail, but I'm gonna make the roll anyway. 'Cause I think the DC's
I
like
was wrong.
15 or.
That's amazing how you guys have like pouting rolls that you just can't fail. They're just so
Say it
high.
one more time.
It's like a 28 or something.
Okay.
But the Starship tier is
It's unfailable.
it's 1.5 the Starship tier, which is 7.
Yeah.
So it's a 17 for the DC. So that's is a success. So I have +2 to AC and TL, and I can move as normal. And I'm gonna go basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, actually, once I go past here, does it ping?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go past there and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You're gonna do so
7,
many. You're gonna.
8, 9, 10,
Oh, that's
11
smart.
to get
Yeah,
rid
it's
of.
gonna just
Love
go back
that.
and
Cool.
forth.
Roll a d4.
My fear is that there were mines gonna come up from that side.
Right? Aren't there mines in like 3D space?
I'm like above it though.
There's no
Yeah,
way
you are.
we're going to be able to do
And
that
no, so
strategy
you
for next game.
specifically saw when you
Next
went
game,
around,
Joe's
it's like
gonna
a
flub his
belt
whole-
of these little panels that were put around it. So going over it, and you would imagine that's
was
why
gonna say.
specifically their captain went on top, was to avoid the mines up there. Not that they really bother them directly, but as you've seen, they can get
Oh,
pulled into
the
them.
belt is going this way?
Correct.
I thought the belt was going this way.
yeah.
Other way around. That's why they've been kind of coming out over there. That's what. That's why
Being smart.
you were being smart. The real thing that you were doing by going so fast was not having them lock on you. You were just
Yes.
making a big problem for literally everybody else.
That was the
It
point.
was- I mean, then you were doing it right.
I mean, it did hand out pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of.
There's
Sorry,
just,
Spice.
yeah, I know. It's just unfortunate for
Eh.
Spice.
Yeah,
So-
this guy got damaged.
Whatever.
As you go,
I can
creaking
take
back,
it.
You roll a d4. Actually, could you roll 2 d4 for me, please?
4.
Is that your bare
one
toes
and
that
a
I just
4.
touched?
Very nice. Okay. So did you say that?
Nothing.
Not mine.
Not mine.
I'm in speakers.
Their players
down
hold
there.
toes.
Is there somebody who lives
Somebody's
on the table?
Playing
Oh, no,
footsies.
that's just Gerald.
Subscribe to our Patreon and it could be you.
You just have to cut your toes off and send them over.
Old
Sorry.
Gerald has everything nice.
And
somebody.
Shade, as you go over, you're able to engage in evasive maneuvers. You move as if you are about to slam into the already wrecked bridge of this Vesk cruiser, and at the last second you pull up and you are just inches above this hull. If there was a shield active on this craft, you would be in it and just like burning up. But at the moment you are just over top, and that seems to be keeping these mines that just kind of pop out and pull up over you, almost like these jellyfish in pursuit in the wake of your travel. But none of them impact you, none of them catch a lock. Interestingly, Shade, make a sense motive check for free.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask. I don't know when I can do it because it's like a sense motive-y thing. But what are they up to? Because they're not really.
Make a sense motive check for
Oh.
Like, there's something going on
They're
there.
letting us win.
free. You've gathered some information that makes it possible to make the sense motive check because you have the data points you need.
17, which is pretty good for androids because
That's
it's also
true.
minus the 2DC
But
to
with the
sense the
17,
motives.
with the 17, you're not quite sure what's going on. One thing that is almost certainly sure, you feel like you should be seeing points appear or some kind of the beginning of a lap, and that has not happened for you. All that you found is a target lock. But that is your movement.
That was my my home
Anything else
phase.
for home phase?
There might be some chaff bullshit.
Anything else for home phase?
No.
Alrighty, that brings us over to gunnery. Who's got gunnery things to do? Raise hands. Oh, great. We'll just go around in a circle then. All right, starting with you, Echo.
Question: am I in range for this guy?
Echo, where are you? Yes, you are. From your give me a second. I gotta remember things here. Port side.
Oh, not my forward.
Where's your forward side? Sorry, my vision isn't great.
It's like
You're facing me.
It's facing
No.
up this
Oh,
way.
then yeah, your other side.
Or
Fine.
like this way. Continuing like basically in a lap.
Yeah.
Continuing that way.
fire. 19.
19. 19 is a hit.
Nice.
So many dice. I have to use the computer.
Is that the chain?
Yeah.
The chain guns are nice when they're linked.
30.
30. Okay, so as they are going over top,
64.
you can see there is these interesting looking markings on this ship.
The linked ones are
And you are looking almost dead into it as you roar by. The chain guns just tear into it. Can you roll a D100, please? That instantly evaporates their shield. It tears through the temporary HP that is just this applet of armor on the outside and just digs into the guts
They're
of the
linked,
ship.
my guy. They fire at the same time.
yeah. There are two of them.
That's why.
yeah.
So I have 64. It should
That's
be
a
12.
20.
Should have
That is
doubled it.
a 20. Okay. The lights on that ship go out. They're malfunctioning and not quite wrecked, but their sensors are almost certainly down. They are no real targeting. And Shade. We're still locked on.
Shade, get him!
But for what it's worth, with the combination of your sense motive check and with that,
They're trying to
something
hack the
about
systems or something.
there's no trying.
They have. Because I opened up the comms right at the beginning. But yeah.
That is Echo. Spice, what are you doing for the gunnery phase?
She's gonna have her. So she used whatever full power during the piloting phase. So she's got her hands steering, but she's gonna have her computer make a shot at this guy who's poisoned or whatever that's close to me. With mad chain cannons. Oh, they're dead. Except for it's a 16.
-2.
-2 is 14.
So it's, no, you get a modifier to that too, right?
Yeah.
I get +4, right. Okay, so
So,
it's 16.
18.
So it's 19.
Wait,
plus
yeah.
7.
26.
four.
+4, 30,
Minus
-2,
28.
28.
That's it.
Kidding.
Nice.
That's huge.
Hey.
All right.
19 hits, a 28 also.
33 points of damage. Sorry.
Nice.
As you and Echo pass on opposite
we have
sides of
computer
this,
sensor bonus.
each of you tear into it with chain cannons, and it's almost like from the inside, it feels like the entire ship vibrates, and on the outside, if there was any atmosphere at all, you would just hear this as it just chains and cuts through this entire thing. There is like burning hot shrapnel that is all throughout here. Can you roll a D100 again, please?
This is correct, right?
The engines are dead.
31.
31.
Yeah, I already added it.
Okay. Can you roll a D4, please?
3.
3.
3 mines.
And so everything just goes dark. Everything goes out. The systems go out. This craft is not only disabled and wrecked, but the life support.
That was
has
the
been
captain's
disabled. And so there are
No, it
almost
wasn't.
certainly
Was it?
issues that are going
This is the
on.
captain.
This is the captain.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were hitting
No,
that.
that's the captain. Remember?
Is it?
That is the captain.
That
That
one
is-
had the chainsaw
Yeah.
mouth.
Okay.
This one's captain.
That is the captain. And so as that happens, suddenly, Shade, on your cockpit, the target lock is lost.
Oh,
No,
I'm shooting down
Spice
there.
is shooting this guy.
Oh, sorry. Then never mind.
I shot the captain.
Yeah.
Spice shot a different guy.
For what
I
it's
did not
worth,
shoot the deputy.
that means that their sensors, D4 doesn't matter, their sensors are completely wrecked on that ship from Spice. But both ships still very much in. Okay. Good stuff.
Still good.
Still very good.
Still
yeah,
very
no,
good.
I mean, they're,
Do we
they're
get
in rough
points
shape.
for the malfunction?
You do not know.
Well, that one's
So-
close to disabled.
Yeah, this
It's
one I
got
attacked
mines
earlier in the
there.
game too.
Gibbs.
Gibbs has her little finger going, roll the window down. And when the guy doesn't, she just goes, and then presses a button, and she presses her chain link cannon, but she only gets one side because
Yeah.
hers are dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and gunnery this guy.
Sure.
This is a cheerleading thing, not a tattoo.
20 plus 4 is 24, minus 2 is
22.
22, please.
It's a hit.
Oh,
You are at
nice.
point blank range, and as you try to like gesture down, he looks at you and is very confused, and you take that moment to just unleash this shot in both directions.
14
14, very nice.
for my one cannon.
And that is
Do I
into
don't shoot,
there.
Civilians or like
I mean,
audience or
so
anything.
technically in space, like these are projectiles with no opposite force. They're just gonna keep going. So like somewhere,
So
there
when we
could
get
be, like,
clinks on the
Timmy's
side of the
having a bad
director.
day.
some old man who's just like taking a drive around the neighborhood. Yeah,
That
they
would
just
be
get like
such an anomaly, though, because it would have to go through like so much debris
and
that
take
just have
no
like
like
little
and, like, distances are crazy. But yeah, like that's definitely something that could be like a
my
D100 event in the drift. Is like
Right.
just bullets from some past war. hit you.
Wait, that
Oh,
beast.
good morning, world.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you guys you've come across munitions before from like previous ships just left in space. They just
That's
haven't been
true.
active. But that is Gibbs. You fire from this kind of point blank range. You do hit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you roll
My
damage.
Yeah, 14.
14, right.
'Cause I only hit from
Doesn't
one side.
quite go through the shields. No problem. The shields are not looking great. And so from them, on both the aft and the port side, have have almost no shields.
And I hit that guy before on the other side, the right side.
Correct.
Okay, so his whole butt is bad.
Yeah, all the parts that you can see for sure.
Hey, your butt is bad.
He takes emotional damage.
That's where I'm gonna go with the bet.
All right. That will bring us. Well, I'll do myself after. Shade.
I'm shooting that guy.
Okay, make your attack roll. They are already taking shots.
Natural 20.
Oh, we love to see
Go
it.
ahead and roll damage.
So much.
There is like a universe where they just got like ripped in half and then it back and they're like still alive but barely limping along.
We are wrecking them.
They're about to get
I
real
think
wrecked.
they're purposely losing.
Well, they took the deal. We didn't.
No, the deal was for us to lose.
66.
Yeah, and they also the Oathar goes to everybody.
Points of damage. So as you rip into this thing with these cannons, and it's a critical hit, this just goes straight down and across, stitching into this, almost sawing this in half. And between the two hits, this is basically cut into 4 even sections that just rip across. Life support is out. The power core is dead. You can see all systems are currently not just glitched or malfunctioned. They are
killed them.
wrecked. The pilot may or may not be alive, but if they are not attended to in a brief fashion, they will certainly not
Was
be
that the
alive.
ship with the android?
That was the leadership.
The captain ship.
Maybe.
Bye bye, Captain.
And so now your target lock goes away. And you can see for the very first time, lock begin, you can see there are no points attributed to you, for what it's worth.
What?
That is
They hacked the system, so the transponder didn't work.
Shade.
But do I get the points for destroying their captain
do.
ship? Okay.
15.
And then I'm gonna free action. Can I calm to the crew?
Yeah.
Captain's ship is disabled. Stay away from the mines and take evasive maneuvers.
And so at the moment, you've disabled 2 of their ships.
40, I believe we're at.
We need to minimize damage to our own ships.
Yeehaw, motherfucker!
Yes, Captain.
Get
I like to imagine Gibbs gets this message and she's in her mid like, "Wah!"
Yeah, Spice is gonna hide. Just like,
Our comm system does not reach far enough for Gibbs.
Then you cut to Gibbs'
Everybody can hear
Does.
Spice anywhere in the battle. Can hear Spice.
Oh, this is
you
perfect.
just hear Spice going.
I was saying whisper comms. 'Cause
That
I-
doesn't reach.
Doesn't it? Oh.
You're talking about like person space. We're talking about starship distances right
Yeah.
now and speeds. Okay, so
This is the
Bubbles.
best situation.
I am going.
Echo's the only one that.
Bob is feeling the G-forces in his face, and he is going to line up his torpedoes again. He's like, I did this before, easy peasy. All right, come on, everyone, it's counting on you. And then he pulls the trigger, it fires the torpedo right at this guy.
Okay.
Right at the gray guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you pointed to the blue ship.
You can shoot at the blue one. It's almost easy. It's the easiest thing
yeah.
to lock onto them.
Yeah,
because they're
that's
not.
the one I did more damage to.
The blue one is disabled.
Disabled.
Yeah, I mean then why would I
Yeah.
do this one? The
Yeah.
gray one.
Yeah.
But-
That makes more sense.
yeah, I don't know why.
If you want to shoot at the disabled one, you can.
Would you like to murder?
There's
Would
a
you like to
pilot
roll
in
to
there.
murder?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll. That is a 6 plus 18 is 24.
24.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that
24
happens.
hits. Or sorry, that's a lock.
Yes, that's a
Okay, so with this torpedo, you fire another torpedo. You can mark off the projectile. It sinks down into space and then fires off. That does lock, and with the 14 as a movement, it just streaks towards the ship and impacts on the side. You can roll damage for that.
nice. Can I get a D8?
And that is what kind of torpedo?
I need to memorize what these look like.
They look like pyramids, but not.
They're
Like
diamonds.
pyramids, but
10, 15.
Prisms.
15.
Prismatic diamonds.
This craft already a little damaged. There is no shield to protect it. The temporary HP is ripped forward. Can you roll a D100, please?
Yes.
Do any of the players know what happens when he asks us to roll a D100?
No.
Are we killing people with that?
There's just hundreds of people
It's the
dying
It's the
somewhere.
malfunction scare.
72.
Oh, is it?
72.
Roll, so he's gonna say
Oh, I see.
it's engines.
So it's a 72.
Got it.
Your engines.
Yeah.
Begin not your engines. Their engines. You can see there is a fire that between, and it's instantly quenched because there is no oxygen to support it. But there is still just smoke left in its wake as it goes by. Anything else, Bubbles?
Bob says to himself, I'm getting pretty good at this. I could do this professionally.
Is this guy disabled or whatever? No?
Which one?
The guy he just shot.
They are not disabled. They're just not doing great. So for the other team, who is located up on the top of the ship right now? That's Shade.
Yeah.
Shade, you are taking a rail cannon shot from one of them.
It's not good. Rail cannon's crap.
Yeah.
It's 1d10.
Oh, is
That
it?
is going
Oh.
to be.
Oh well, he wouldn't be disabled yet.
Right,
because
they all resolve.
They all
Is their rail cannon 3d10 or 1d10? Just?
It's the aft rail cannon.
Damn.
I bet.
Is it the same one we have?
No, I don't think so.
We have a chain cannon.
Yeah, this is a
No,
rail
I don't
launcher,
think so.
technically.
We also have a rail cannon.
But it's not great.
So I got a
1d10.
doesn't necessarily hit my AC, does it?
That's
does
a
a
torpedo
28 hit?
gun.
No.
28. Okay, there you go. It doesn't hit.
Nice.
So you can see this, it just fires through, but as it is being hit from both different sides, unable to land anything else, with the evasion especially, yeah. From the other side, the one that you just hit, Bubbles, who is flying directly next to it? That's Gibbs?
Yes.
Gibbs.
Yeah, that's okay. I haven't taken a hit yet.
They are going to take a shot at you from here.
They have
Never mind.
side
That's a 15 to hit.
Yeah,
It's
my
almost
AC is
certainly.
really good.
You can see there's almost damage to the arm as it reaches out and almost rolls a natural one. It swings, and this tether just whips into the wind. It's already behind you. But 1, 2, I have one more that can take shots, but I don't think there's anybody in range. 1, 2, 3. Just out of range. Okay. And then that's Spice around the corner over there.
I'm like at the top of the
back
board.
here.
I went for my half lap.
And this guy's the arms are ripped off and the engine's disabled.
I don't know. I did 33 points of damage and then stopped listening after
Yeah, so that's all that they can do for this turn.
Nice.
That brings us to the end of the gunnery phase, or sorry, to the gunnery phase. Anything else for anybody?
That's it.
All right. that is the 4th round, and that brings us to the very final one for all of you. There's alerts that go off. This is the last round. And at the moment, none of you have an idea as to what the score is, but if things are going as are advertised, you should be in the lead by about 50 or by about 40 points.
That's pretty good, right? That's like they can't win unless they kill themselves. I actually don't know.
You can't beat us if we're dead. Self-destruct.
Yeah.
So this brings us to the top of the order. Anybody changing positions?
Yeah. Gunner.
Gunner,
Oh, I think I am. Sorry.
Missionary.
No worries.
Sorry.
What?
It's a dumb joke.
Dan just made a sex joke.
Oh, nice. I didn't hear
It's
it.
magic officer.
Yeah.
So what position? I said missionary. It was a dumb joke.
Oh. I like to think we're a little bit more acrobatic than that, but you know, it does the job, so.
Bubs is into that, you know?
Yeah.
Bubs
So
is into
do I
the
know
same.
that guy's
vanilla.
dying?
Yeah.
Like in real
Bubs
life,
gets
he's
off in the
dying.
vanilla.
All their
does.
systems are down. And you would know enough as the medical officer that without attention, they're going to die. You had seen on your way past there was a number of ships ready to come in and like tow wreckage and stuff like that available.
Okay.
But they're not in a great position. It's dangerous.
Do those ships look? Can I look for the ships? Are they pulling in or anything?
No. They're back. I mean, they're hanging back a little ways.
Can I guess I'll pick. Can I pick magic officer, but take a spell? Do a spell thing or something?
If you get close enough for it to be practical and in range, yeah.
Oh, but if I don't move. Okay, let me think about it. Sorry.
Okay. Anybody else changing?
The gunnery. Still gunnery.
Okay. So, if we... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I think I am going to change to engineering, actually.
Okay, we change to engineering. Speaking of which, we can start the engineering phase. Anybody things for the engineering phase? Shade, presumably.
Yeah. I'm going to use... why not? I'll divert.
Okay.
I'm gonna divert the power that I had put into the engines over to the science officer.
Okay.
So +2 to science officers. I have to make a DC check for that. It's 17 is the. So yeah, it automatically passes. It's like a 30-something.
Yeah, you roll through that, no problem. The energy immediately diverts, and all of a sudden, the sensors, the various instruments that you have an incredible acuity. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Anybody else for engineering?
Nope.
Alrighty. Piloting checks for everybody, please.
It makes no sense for us because we have a
No,
turn
I'm
raise.
talking about the stunt turn in place. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
This. Because we're always moving with inertia, Joe said.
so each
Anybody
has a-
natural 20?
No.
35 to 30.
A million.
I'm sitting at a 40.
Okay, there you go. Gotta start higher next
9.
time. Anybody 35 to 25?
I got a 29.
9 for
Echo's lagging. Echo sees all the mines up ahead and is like, ooh.
25 to 15.
22.
Wow, look at you.
Got a 19.
Wow.
I know. It's because I just really want to save this guy, but can't get there. How do I get
15
there?
to 10.
I got an 18, actually. Sorry, I missed my chance.
And then Bubbles, where are you going?
I believe 9. That's what I am. 5 plus 4. 9.
Still better than any of them. So, they will be moving first. Then Bubbles, then Spice, then Gibbs, then Echo, then Shade. So, the remaining craft.
Yeah, that doesn't matter for me.
Is E-Tron a combat
So this,
still?
who's this right here? Spice?
Yeah.
Spice, you can take an attack of opportunity as they move by.
Their engines are down.
Yeah, they're just
just drifting.
moving. They're not
Yeah.
destroyed. They do still.
Do I add anything to my roll? Is it to hit?
It's basically
16 or whatever.
Plus 4 from computers.
Those are very different. What is plus 16?
Plus 20, basically.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You get plus 16, and then you can choose to use an extra plus 4 from your computers on the ship.
Well, okay, I rolled a 2 plus 16 is 18
plus
Isn't it just
4.
a gunnery check?
plus 4.
Yeah, it's a gunnery check.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's, yeah.
Oh, well, if it's gunnery, that's different.
Yeah, do your gunnery
Well,
check.
it's like, yeah, it's the same check. For
I only
your
have
gun-
plus 7 to gunnery.
Oh, well then 9. Plus 4 to
That's
hit.
not.
No, you have plus 7. That's your
That's-
personal mod.
Yeah,
Plus
you
4.
get there.
PBA plus
From your
Dex
computer
plus
system.
It's
your
hard.
computer.
Starship combat is so hard.
It is true math.
I'm getting
What?
it. I
No,
think.
gunner,
Yeah,
base
it's just-
attack, bonus, or dex, or
We're
piloting
102
check.
sessions in,
So,
Yeah.
and so
your
like I
your
thought I would be further
EAT
along.
is
Closer to
7
like
Yep.
war game.
plus 4.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah,
Yep.
it's more like Warhammer.
The only thing that puts
So
me through a
that's
loop is
11
attack
plus
opportunity.
2,
Still
That,
working on
that
that.
gets me.
13.
13 is a miss, unfortunately. And so you do get this attack of opportunity, but they screech by. That is all of their
We're gonna
movements.
upgrade our ships.
Bubbles, where are you moving?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. You creep forwards, kind of eyeing the wreckage of this individual that drifts beyond. That is your turn for movement. Spice, where are you moving?
Do I have to move this turn?
Yeah, you
You
it's
move
pi- it's
4 for
By way of glide?
yeah, just like because your inertia keeps you going.
Do I have to use?
Yeah.
Okay.
There-
Well then
there is a
I'm gonna
stunt.
glide into this motherfucker that's in front of me.
Well, hold on, me and Karen were just talking about that. There is a stunt called turn in place.
But she's not in the piloting phase anymore.
Right.
She's
Oh
moved.
shit, you're in the gun, yeah.
yeah, you gotta
Wait,
use
we're in
that.
gunnery?
No,
So
I
early on,
chose
you had
gunner.
actually seen one of them attempt that right in front of, I think, Gibbs, and they were unable to make the
Okay.
check on it.
Whatever, I guss. I have to take the AOA from this guy because I can't go anywhere else.
Okay. As you scream by, Spice, you don't. They don't have any weapons.
Oh, what a sitting duck.
Yeah. Because it got the arms ripped off.
They did. So that is Bubbles. Where are you moving?
I already moved
You
forward.
moved. Spice, you moved. Gibbs, where are you moving?
I can't get to this guy no matter how hard I try. I just
Definitely not with that attitude.
I don't have enough gusto.
20 hexes? Oh my god.
So the dead guy.
Torpedoes.
He's not dead yet.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So
Gibbs
I.
is trying to finish the job.
And shoot across the fucking thing.
Something tells me Gibbs is trying to save that our
Yeah, that's what I
enemy.
also got.
I'm counting in 20s. Hold on. 1,
I
2,
do the
3,
same thing
4,
for some
5,
reason.
20, 40, 60, 80.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6, 7,
8.
8, 11, 12.
Are you going? Are you spending a resolve to go extra far?
I'm debating. No, never mind.
Is it another movement to go above the plane?
No,
No, because there's not technically.
there's technically
Okay,
no.
you know
height.
what? Fuck it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, I'm gonna go that way. I can't help this guy, so the best thing I can do is end this early and stop dithering. So I'm gonna snake around this onion ring, and I'm going to
Sneak around the sun.
shoot my guns.
Okay. You snake around the onion ring.
And I'm
using
sitting in
all
the
your
gunner
piloting.
seat. Sorry.
At
It's
this
really
guy?
hard for you because you just naturally want to go towards it, but you
this one?
you fight
Yeah,
your
I'm gonna shoot
instincts.
So you're
Make your
No,
attack.
I
roll.
have my forward guns,
Oh,
Sorry,
We're not in gunnery.
but we're not in gunnery.
So you move over and you kind of skirt on the ring. You line up
I
your
only
shot.
move
Yeah.
That is your turn, Gibbs.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Echo, where are you moving?
Okay. Echo. There's no one that they can really shoot without getting hit by mines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry for the tree. Is it 12 to get back to where I was? No, right?
I think it's slightly more.
Hold on.
Damn, I can shoot.
I think 14.
It's 14 to get over
I
here.
think. But it's with a because it's a black background. I can't
Oh,
really-
but it's.
the glare on my. I need new glasses.
The glare on the board is not. It's nothing though. It
Glasses
is.
have, like, a
11,
coating on them, and
12.
It's like gotten bad over time. 12. There you go.
It's 12 if I just go straight over.
Yeah.
Joe,
Are you doing a full half lap in one turn?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
And I'm gonna get fucked by
okay,
mine.
I answered
Well,
my question.
it's not you actually that's going to have the biggest problem with them. But as you screech over top, both you and Shade are kind of taking the same approach in opposite directions, and so there's a point where you have to go like straight over and underneath each other.
Before they.
And so you would imagine that will be the bigger problem. But can you roll 2d4?
That doesn't sound good. You're gonna ruin our tennis slicers.
That's why I said the fall.
No, says the DM with a smile on his face.
It'll be fine.
I don't like it.
4.
4. Oh,
Well, this is a 3 and 1, right?
oh, it's a 3 and a 1. Okay, that's important.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Because we didn't want to roll high. We wanted to roll low with these bad boys.
it's not a direct count of like 1 for 1.
Oh.
It's d4 minus 1.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
So a 3 and a 1.
yeah.
It would be the same either way, right? Oh, no, it wouldn't. So you're welcome. I saved
Hey,
you.
what's your target lock?
My target lock is right now no, because I have the +2 to science.
31.
No, because I also have another one that you don't know about.
30 something.
34.
Okay. Okay, they need 14s to hit her. One is going to be just under, and the other, that's a 33. Both of them are going to miss one just by 1. But Echo pulls over, and as Echo goes over top, and you just see blinking lights in Echo's wake, and you have to to the left, to the right. These mines go flying by, and they begin to like loop and turn around to follow you. But you are now just in. Echo puts a minefield
All
over
according
top
to
you.
plan.
That is Echo's movement. Shade, are you moving?
Yeah, so I wanted. What can I visibly see? Like, do I need
60
to
feet.
rescue this downed pilot?
Right.
You don't need to do anything. This
Well-
is free choices.
If I do not attempt to rescue, is that abandoning this pilot to doom? Based on the
They have a
the
tug.
destruction of the. They have a what?
A tug. They have like somebody who's gonna.
I know, but
tow
like, is the life support being down? They have like, does it? Can I visibly see them like drifting off into space?
No.
Okay.
The life support is down there, not floating away from the ship.
But I do. I
You look
worry
out and you
about.
just hear in the arms of an
Well-
angel. And it's just drifting away.
He's got air. It
float
just,
away.
he needs to get rescued soon.
Yeah. So the issue here is that the mine's like right there.
That's a bigger issue for sure. Yeah.
And with the ship already being destroyed, does it still target lock onto them?
It doesn't target lock, but I would say for free, you know, if you continue to just go straight forward in the same way that Echo dragged mines onto you, you are very likely going to drag mines in that direction. And there is the potential, if one hits you, to also damage it.
I would like to attempt, however possible, to get the pilot safely out of the wreckage and away from potential mines here.
So I
What do you do?
Yeah, so what are you doing? Comes full circle.
Can that be like,
You become the tug.
Just draw the mines away, man.
yeah, I guess there's
Where's
a,
Toad?
I guess, yeah.
You're gonna forfeit your ship?
Burn to move up to help it spin and rotate.
Too bad there's no
I think
ram.
to try to like
There's no
draw.
ram movement.
Yeah, that's why I don't know what like the
You
move would
would
be.
kind of hope there would
Flip and burn
be.
would be the move.
I think
so
that's a good
probably
move.
flip and burn to
Sure.
like come up here, draw their attacks away, and then
So make the piloting check for flip
bring
and
them
burn.
up over there.
We're gonna find out it's like there's no one in there the whole time.
Joe, how would you do a ram? Would that just be in your piloting?
There's a specific thing for it.
I think it's gonna pass. It's like a
Because I could just
40,
use my ship as a weapon.
You definitely can do that.
and it's the DC is 15 plus 7, so 22.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So here, as you see you are approaching the ship, and as Echo has already dumped mines on you, you have to slam on the levers you pull down, and you engage all of the emergency backwards thrusters that you can to just flip and burn. The ship protests, there are alarms going off, but you are able to almost just impact, and the actual thrusters like burn across the canopy before you are able to just scorch out, and these blinking lights get to within several feet of that ship before they kind of loop back and begin to follow you away.
G-force means nothing to a computer.
So then, since I know that I've registered the disabled captain ship, but I haven't pinged any of the beacons according to the score that I'm getting fed, right?
You would ping that one just now.
This one?
Correct.
Oh, then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3,
Oh my
4,
god.
5, 6, 7.
You're gonna down your own ship?
8,
It's 8 for you to get right to the nose.
9, 10.
He's going over top of
Flip and
all
burn,
of
can
the...
you- Oh, that's right,
11.
because you have an extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be
So
fine.
I'm gonna go to right here.
Love that. Roll 2d4 for me, and then 3.
So what tendon slicer survives this?
Don't worry, you all make better effort to
Okay.
get you safely wherever.
That is a 34 and a
2 and a 1.
30.
Nice.
34, 39 target locks for the two that you land in front of.
34 and 39.
Yeah.
One is a Mitsa.
Okay. And then the 39 hits for sure.
The 39
Okay.
hits.
So,
So
as you screech over, what were your 2 rolls?
2 and a 1.
A 2 and a 1. Ooh, nice.
Uh-oh.
A net
no, that's-
loss of mines total.
Hey.
You do pop one out right up here. But these two come
Oh, it's those
swarming
two?
towards you.
What about the ones that I tried to get these ones to follow me away?
And so they're drifting like away
okay.
from this guy now, but the ones that activate target lock are the ones that you end your turn.
Oh, gotcha.
That's part of how you're like moving fast enough that you're
Now I
not triggering
understand.
the other ones.
Gotcha.
What was that?
You know in Finding Nemo how they have those your face. They have those bombs in the water.
Yeah, the mines.
I'm imagining
These
those.
are very much like
Yeah.
those, yes.
There's space of those.
So, Shade, the first one
magnets
is going to deal 17 points of damage as it explodes.
To which part?
This would be probably the aft. The second one, very low damage with 11 points of damage. As that one also just ripples in. And as you are going so close to this craft, as you hug the nose yet again going down, the 2 mines are almost underneath the cockpit and they just sneak up and into the belly of your craft. But that is your movement. Anything else for helm phase, anybody? That brings us to gunnery phase. Who has gunnery actions? Alrighty.
Start with someone, not me.
We're going to start with Echo if Echo has anything. Otherwise, we're starting with
There's
Spice.
no ship near me, is there?
I don't believe so.
Then no.
Okay, Spice.
Okay.
I guess there's technically this one.
You see Spice line up her chain cannons at this drifting sad boy next to me. This is the one with no arms.
There's one
Yeah,
here.
you can.
and
I can
this-
hit that guy?
Yeah, you can.
Which one are you? Are you aiming at this one?
Nice. It's a 19.
Dead zo.
See you.
No,
there's
this
another
one's
one. There's
disabled.
one more that's not. And that one's
Yeah,
just drifting.
You got it.
The one that
You
Echo
for
is
sure
shooting
got
at is not disabled, and
Yeah,
then the one
and
that
then
is
the
around the
one
corner is
that's
not
over here
disabled.
by
It just has
Spice.
no weapons.
And then this one's disabled, that one's disabled, that one's disabled.
16 to hit.
16 to hit.
No, you just got a 19.
Whoa. 19 plus 7 is 26 to
There
hit.
you go. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, thank you for everybody being like, whoa. What even is... Oh, right, it's all these D4.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, give me 1 second. It's a
We need one of those things that you made for the
36.
D20s, but with D4s, like a big pupper.
We do, yeah.
36, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a D100, and as you are flying by this, there is like all kinds of just explosions happening. Mines are going everywhere now.
52.
52. And you just pull apart the remaining elements. Actually, they're engines at this point. Just flake out and go out. You see one of the thrusters detach and just corkscrew flying off into space. They are badly damaged, and you would imagine they're disabled at this point. There is only one of them left. Echo.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh, Echo.
Echo's like, not anymore. There's none left.
This person, for what it's worth, they're technically, well, I mean, I guess technically they're in the best shape because they're the only one left. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
64.
64.
Damn.
Echo, tell us how it happens.
Nice.
It's a button.
And really, it is just an explosion. In that brief moment, it only feels like a, but it is just probably in the order of magnitude of about 120 rounds from each side. And this entire thing is just ripped in half. There is just bits of shredded metal in front of you. No starship anymore.
No malice, just acquire the prize.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in rough shape. Echo, that completely eviscerates that person.
The person?
You killed them.
Imagine they're probably not in good shape. That amount of damage to this craft is close to the total of in like everything if they were fully healthy, and so that's substantial. The reactor does not implode. There is no explosion that begins with fission, so there is a chance that they survive, but it's low.
So I've not given the audience a show, but
No, you've given.
No, it's a show.
Sure,
It's a
we'll see how it
show.
goes. But
Celia's gonna eat that shit up.
you are all out of initiative. Technically, one of them does get an attack as like the parting shot. Who is behind the? Who is at the nose of the ship?
it's
The one here?
Yeah.
that's me.
That's
Okay, so they do get a parting shot on you.
If it's fair. My forward shield.
Mutually assured destruction.
That's only going to be a 19 to hit.
Nobody.
And so this little flies far in the distance. You are already too far beyond, and you are all out of Starship combat.
Hey.
As that 5 kicks down, and the final score is broadcast to all of you.
Hey.
With those last 2 destructions, the final score, interestingly, not as dominant as you would have thought. You did end up with 90 points. They had 30, which is far more than they should have had. But because it is 8:15, this is where we're going to take a quick break, and we will come back to finish our session. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll be back in just a little bit. Countdown on your screen. And welcome back to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. We could just jump right back into things here. Yeah, change from our Wild West music here to something a little more
Tell us of
sci-fi.
the crowd, Joe. I want to hear the crowd's reaction.
You guys are still in space.
Yeah, we're still out in the middle of space.
I'm doing one of these.
Is the tugboats coming?
There you go. Give me a second.
I forget what wrestler does that.
Bubbles doing that.
I think it's John Cena.
I don't know. No, that's not. Okay, so as the last kind of shrapnels of metal ring out from the elements of Echo's chain cannon that just pull into everything, you stitch this ship entirely in half, and it is devastating, probably beyond what you meant to do.
Yep.
The wings just go off in opposite directions. As the fight begins to resolve, you had asked about the elements of kind of ships that had waited, and there are 3 that do detach and make their way off and in the direction of this kind of space. You had seen a tugboat that had been kind of what's it called? Hired by this individual or by this team, and they immediately kind of set their waypoint towards the place where there is that missing life support. And so, Gibbs, you know that there is somebody going in that direction, but you can still choose to help if you want. What are you all doing as the kind of
Are the mines still moving and operating as they seem like
No.
they're still active, or no?
the lights are still blinking on all of the ones, and they are still moving, but the momentum is just kind of carrying them. And so for all of you, without even doing evasive maneuvers, you just kind of pull the yoke off to the right, and as your ship moves, they just pass you, kind of keeping a steady distance. And you watch as they very steadily become somebody else's problem. They just drift off, and you see the light disappear in the dark. And much like Gibbs's bullets, they're just going off into the universe somewhere.
That's an existential dread for sure.
All of your ships just go green across the board. You see the opponents that you had previously registered as foes go green as your friend or foe systems kick into post-combat mode. The trio of ships that you see depart, Gibbs, you had been looking for them. One is called the Carbon 4. It is a light tug, and it is the one that seems to be heading off and in the direction of the one with life support.
And the
Godfrey's garage repair ship seems to be heading in the direction of the ship that was torn apart by Echo. And then there is a ship called the Never Still, and this is the one that was chartered directly by this group, and they seem to also be heading towards the one that has the damaged life support.
The captains.
So this ship that's torn in half, is the pilot recoverable? I'm right there. My ship's right there. Can I scoot
perception
through
check.
the wreckage and... Because I mounted my binoculars on the dashboard.
Take your +1.
Oh my god.
It's a +1.
These binoculars, I
Oh,
swear to
wow.
God.
I
Can I
prepared for
attempt
this.
to
28.
Hey.
With a 28, you look, and the wreckage is almost unbearable. Like, you don't really recognize. This was the same ship that is what you are flying in right now without the kind of wrap around it. And so it should be very identifiable to you. You see nothing that looks like the starship that you remember. You don't see a pilot, and that would tell you that they are probably no more. You, Gibbs, your bottle bubbles and tells you that there are biological elements there, but there is no life signs that come up on your sensors.
Okay. Then I'll scoot and follow the Never Still.
Okay? You scoot and you begin to follow the Never Still.
Can I try to calm to the captain that had calmed me at the beginning?
You sure can. You try to calm the captain, but there is no response. And as you try again and again,
I'm making my way, like, now that it's ended, I'm kind of flipping back as they float up to go back towards them.
you are getting no response still, but the latency becomes longer.
Are the mines still active?
The mines are blinking lights, but they're not seeking, and as you get closer to them, they don't seem to like deviate. And,
Have they
Nice.
drifted off in a direction if it's getting longer as I get closer to the ship?
the latency of the sort of signal as you are kind of trying to contact the captain. Every time you like do call and it bounces back undelivered, it takes a little longer for it to bounce back.
So you're moving
undelivered.
closer to his ship, but farther from him.
Correct.
Using that information, I'm going to try to bounce back the signal to pick up where, which direction, and then try to pick up by, reference point, reflecting the signal off, and then reversing the trajectory.
Make a physical sign. No, make a computer check. Let's say. Anybody else doing anything at this point?
Natural 20.
Damn.
Oh man.
Damn. On the trigonometry.
With a natural 20, things don't add up. This communicator signal should be getting much shorter as you approach the wreckage of the ship because the brightly colored ship is directly in front of you. But you are recognizing now, and things are starting to add up, why would you mark the captain's ship with all these bright colors? And there was some trickery going on with their computer systems, and you're recognizing the captain was not actually in that ship.
Was in the ship that was hiding that we blew up.
The one that Echo shredded up is very likely, was very likely the captain.
He was hiding. He was trying to.
You killed the captain.
Murdered him.
And so you can see the remaining ships sort of gathered up amongst the various sort of bits. You following the Never Still, Gibbs?
Yeah.
You watch. Let me pull their information up here real quick. The Never Still is a light freighter, and you can see it is not necessarily designed for retrieval, but it has a very large bay, and it's inelegant the way in which it gathers the scrap, but you do see towards the end of it, it does get some assistance from the still living pilot that is within, an android. That seems to be kind of using elements of a mechanic's kit to put parts back together even as it's being gathered. And it really does like open the bay and kind of drop down on top of it to get it. It's not meant to do this. But they do. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go home.
Yeah, like regroup everyone. Good job.
I'm super close to the ship, but we're kind of like two ships passing at this
Literally.
point. They're not. Oh, I disabled their ship, so their ship's not in good shape.
None of their ships are in good shape anymore.
So their pilot's not dead though.
Which one?
The one I'm closest
Their
to.
life
this
support's
guy.
fine
alive.
too. Yeah, they've got life support.
They got
They're
ship
alive, and they're
altitude.
actually still they're still flying under their own power. That's one of the only ships that's able to do that.
Yeah.
They're able to like quick patch themselves to be able to move in a limited way. They have no weapons. Their one thruster is the only thing keeping them kind of going, and so you see every now and then the ship begins to kind of drift, and then it will kind of drift back, and so they're inchworming along. But the rest of the ships are without power.
I wanna hack. What's my thing called? Chain link or whatever the fuck. Data link or whatever.
Or data
No.
link. Chain link.
No. I want to get into there and be like, hey there, did you throw the game on purpose?
So the first thing that you know, there is no communication to the ship. If you were to get close enough, you could.
I'm
theory,
super close. I'm like on top of them.
Yeah.
Right
So if
next
you
to
want to like basically put your ship onto their ship, almost physically touching,
Yeah.
you could use your own communicator to call them.
You don't want to dock.
Yeah, I'll duck.
No, you don't want
Why?
to dock. Because that's
We just murdered their captain.
Yeah.
You fly over to this individual.
Hey, hun. So that game was rough, wasn't it? Damn, you guys really did a number out there. She's like dusting off her hands. She's like, I'm so sweaty, God.
Make a diplomacy check,
Okay.
and this is really to see if they're even going to pick up. It's probably nobody else would have a chance at this.
Okay. Oh my God. 19.
That's our math face.
28.
28.
Someone should get the math game out.
The communicator rings once and then twice and then kind of flickers on. And you can see, looking a little bit frazzled, there is a Lashunta. You can see they have this kind of lilac tinge to their skin, although very flushed. There's red lights that are blinking all over the cockpit. They have an all-black flight suit. And you can see they look down at you. There's not a ton of emotion within the eyes, which is the only real thing that you can see.
Okay.
But they look at you and they say, "Pretty bold to be calling us after you killed our captain."
Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't register that myself.
The twins are going to come after you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
She's basically their mom, you know. Look,
Who the fuck is
communicator
the
goes
twins?
off.
Who's their mom? What? Get back
Like,
here!
look around, and there is one ship that is so shredded beyond belief that it probably has no pilot in it anymore, at least not in a single piece. And probably that would be the mom. The one that Echo eviscerated just moments ago. But you get a ping from Shade to regroup, and yes.
Can I just quickly talk to the guy, the Never Still guy?
Yeah, you
Android?
definitely can.
Cool. My goal, I want him to, he was hired by this team. Well, that team doesn't need him anymore. So if he wants to continue to make money, I want to hire him. So I'm going to roll down my winning. I'm going to calm him. I'm going to calm him.
Make a diplomacy check.
Cool.
If you hail him on the comms, no problem. The Never Still will absolutely open it up. It is not an android that runs the Never Still.
It is or is not?
It is not.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, sorry. Diplomacy?
Yes.
24.
A 24. So as it activates, you can see the vision of this individual comes into play. They're wearing, it looks like what would be like a denim vest with like the ripped away parts, but it's like this forest green color. They have blonde hair, but it's definitely not natural, and it's in this very almost like hair dry poofed mullet. They look at you and a little bit confused. They just go, "You're not with my team.
No.
What do you want?"
I want to hire you for the next few rounds if we continue to make it.
What you paying?
I'll pay you what, I'll match what these guys paid you.
Make a diplomacy check. Take a +6 conditional offer.
That one.
Not one.
Don't put us in more debt, please.
We need a tugboat.
Also, I think the currency network is.
We need a
Currency
tug.
networks.
Yeah,
now.
so
We need
you would have
hard
to use-
currency.
I don't know.
Echo's hard currency.
I figured it's worth.
Yeah, but we all have echoes. That's all of
Well,
our
listen
money.
here, little Yosoki. What are you looking to trade? Because they were going to pay me quite a bit, and I don't think you got what they got.
Probably not. Do you have a cheaper friend who you recommend?
With that diplomacy check, you can hear, "A cheaper friend? I keep good company around here. You can find help somewhere else." Turns off the communicator.
My gray fur turns a little pink. I know. I'm.
Somehow, through space, you hear a little beep, beep, and they begin to like back up and pull away.
Echo comms Godfrey.
Okay. This Ishtangi, you can see they're very much like a chameleon. As they're like pulling up, you activate the communicator, and especially seeing you on the first ring, they pick up. And you can see just the make a perception check.
$25.
25.
Nope. 35.
35.
Excuse me.
35. With the 35, you can see they activate the communicator, and they just say, "MRS, how you doing? Oh, really happy to see you." And they go and they like hurriedly try to put something over, and they try to put it screen side away, but it shifts as they turn back around, and you can see fully in view the data screen where they had placed a decent amount of money on all of you. And you can see paying out so high, they were likely the only person to do so. But they look genuinely pleased, and there is just this kind of flare of colors that flashes across the sort of cells that are underneath this Ishtangi skin.
Hello, Godfrey.
Yeah,
As you can see, we are quite formidable.
yes, you are.
And also, as you can see, quite profitable. Would you like to ensure that we continue to be profitable?
I'd love that.
We plan to be in the next race. Should we require assistance, will you be there?
For like repairs and stuff?
Repairs. And tow assistance.
It would be my pleasure. you all are going to get a lot of attention after this. I hope you understand that. If you have security outside of that place that maybe you're staying, I would probably double it, or maybe even triple it.
We're staying at his place.
I would request that our presence at your...
I don't know what you're talking about. As we are, on this communication channel, it's probably important for you to just make sure that wherever you're staying, it's important that you double or perhaps triple your security.
As you understand, our facility is well guarded.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Anyone entering it would be foolish.
That's excellent. I hear they could be eviscerated.
Indeed.
Anyways, I'd be happy to help all of you out. You've already rented out elements of our repair services, and so we'll see if we can just add that onto the total bill. We'll talk next time that you're aboard the general area of the spine. Come by.
As always, your services are appreciated. Wink.
You can see he's about to say something, but you just turned it into the channel.
Always get the last
There you
word!
go.
Power move.
Echo's like,
Power
yes!
Are you all pulling back off and in the direction of the Zen crawler?
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
Easy enough. Only 10 minutes away. Give me 1 second.
Echo's gonna get real close to Spice's ship so that they're in communication range.
Okay.
We might want to take evasive maneuvers on the way back to our hangar.
Okay.
That's
Oh, and then
Say that.
yeah, so Spice is just okay, and then oh, I see. Okay, and then she relays the message.
Does that mean we can get Frosties at the drive-thru?
Yes, let's do it!
Oh my
Mountains of Frosties!
so you make
Can we
your
go
way
to
back.
Daniel's?
Danielson's.
Danielson's.
Oh my
Big
god.
old breakfast.
Also works with. Wait, is Daniel Don Gorski in this universe?
Don Danielson.
Don Danielson and Dan Danielson have a fast food chain together.
Say
You
that
make
5
your way
times
back,
fast.
and as you
Free.
do, and as you get within range of the Zen crawler, your communicators ping, just beep, 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 as you get the various bits of data. Gibbs, you had already found out, and I want to take this opportunity also just to clarify some things, because I
Yes.
switched some names around last week.
Okay.
The results for the full day come up. You can see the Dreadlight Collective ships, and this comes with videos now that you can see. You see in the highlights for the Dreadlight Collectives, their ships, unlike anything that you've ever seen. These look almost like gigantic organic squids, where the tentacles twist into a main hull and then come out in various appendages, which look like maybe weapons. It seems to be made out of almost wood, and here and there within, there are just these faint little pulses of light that seem to correspond with changes in movement and telemetry. But you watch as these individuals just absolutely run over the Yosoki. There is a highlight where Cold Brew ship is disabled. All the sensors are destroyed on the very first turn, and they just kind of are forced to drift and shoot off into space. You see another ship just goes completely dark and drifts off into space near the second turn, not able to regain craft at all. The final score ends up being the Dreadlight Collective 100, the Flying Fangs 45.
Real quick question, Joe.
Yeah.
Only 2 ships of the Flying Flames were disabled?
Correct. Yeah. So I got a couple numbers incorrect, and I'm just trying to get them all straightened up for you guys here. Any other questions about that one?
That's good.
No.
Okay. The Vesk
They might have some.
pulled a last-minute audible in theirs, and they switched out one of their pilots with the leader of the sort of Vesk faction here, Ishashi the Soul Drinker, who I think all of you had learned about
Yeah.
prior to it happening.
Yeah.
This individual disabled 2 ships and killed one of the pilots. Ishashi was responsible for the death of the pilot Claudio von Tatho of Clan West Sun Blue, which is a Kasatha name you would almost immediately guess, by ramming the cockpit straight head-to-head with their cockpit, detonating the entirety of the craft. There was another Vesk pilot that scored a first-lap disable on one of the captains of the Garachi Void, an individual known as Kuskarts the Fly, who, Spice, you were hoping to get an audience with at some point. All of this happened despite strange explosions within the ice fields themselves that caused many shards of this frozen ice to fly directionally towards other ships. Can everybody make a perception check, or everybody who would be watching this kind of footage as it comes in?
Is it like Probably explosive set along.
This Pokemon dice
Natural
rolls
20
fucking
again.
good.
Holy schmoly.
Damn, and
That's like
I'm not that yet.
5 in a row.
27.
Okay.
5 plus 9, 14.
14, okay.
Oh my god.
36.
Okay.
I got a 34.
So everybody here, you see stuff that Bubbles does not. Bubbles, you are young and naive to the ways of nitroglycerin. But for the rest of you, you recognize that the fields of ice in this particular area are not ice. That is frozen nitroglycerin.
Oh, fuck.
And when you
good.
collide with a little bit of it, it creates a very large problem very quickly. And
That's
so
nitroglycerin, and I tell him exactly what you said.
you note that the Vesk use that to their great advantage and end up winning 130 to 15.
I don't understand.
Wow.
What's so good about nitroglycerin? I thought that was just for people when they have heart
It's highly
attacks.
volatile.
As you are all pulling into the final part where you are all now beginning to land and dock in your landing bay.
We went to IHOP to do evasive
Oh,
maneuvers.
you're going to go somewhere to get...
We gotta like do it in a way
It was
that
rush
doesn't get us
hour, so
killed.
there was like 10 people ahead of us,
Yeah.
and we have 5 ships,
No,
and
it's
so
more
it took
like-
45
We're
minutes
also
to
trying
get
to be
through one fucking
incognito. Like
drive-through.
it took us forever just to get on like the crawler.
Starts one of those like, and
Incognito.
I pay for the ship behind me. And
yeah.
the ship behind me is you.
And then she's like, oh, thank you! And then just like keeps going because
Yeah,
she has
that's a
no
spice
idea
move.
what pay
That's a
ahead
spice
even
move.
means.
So, no problem.
She's like, guys, I got mine for free!
Can we say that we go to the Denny's quietly, sneakily?
So I want to be clear. There's not
No.
a Denny's on the Denny's crawl.
Not a sponsor.
Where it's also
sponsor.
Daniel Dan.
Well,
Yes.
so there's tons of food available. We'll get there in a second. You are landing amongst the spine to do this? Or are you landing back and then
Evasive
making your way?
maneuvers.
It's not. Evasive maneuvers does not
We don't
mean
wanna
land
be
your ship in
trailed.
a visible area.
We don't want to be tracked back to the place that we need to continue staying at
Gotcha.
by
So you're
the
taking
team
a roundabout
that just
way.
Yes,
to get
yes.
No problem.
that we just.
And if there's a
whose
drive
captain we
through on
just
the
murdered.
way.
No drive.
Why?
Gibbs,
We are.
you really keep an eye out, but with the
We are
34,
going
you
to
don't
park
see
our
one.
park our ship, and then we will go to the walk up.
You do
Want
get...
to walk down?
I want to
get-
celebrate.
You guys want a Waffle House? That's what you want. You want a
celebration
full-on
comes
riot at a
off
Waffle House.
of
Joe's trying so hard.
of the final match, because that ends right around the time that you pull in, especially if you take a roundabout way, the Velocia Avengers just barely defeated the Star Cobras. As they raced through the Starburn Raceway, their advanced piloting is really what allowed them to win because they could actually turn back on the tight confines, which the other team could not. And so they were able to race against the grain of this. They basically reverse Mario Karted and went backwards and were able to get like shots up against the cockpit. The Veloci basically follow the Star Cobras for the first round. The Star Cobras used aft-mounted railgun arrays similar to the ones that you all faced against to tear apart their Avengers for the first round only. They did end up both downing and killing a Drow pilot, which I believe you had heard about.
they brought in the
Correct.
the names.
And that's all over the net, but we'll get there in a second. There is another Lashunta pilot on that team that was disabled. A pilot whose name, their only name that is listed with them is AMI. In retaliation, the team's captain, an individual named Janonian, disabled the Star Cobra's bomber, which is a different ship than the rest of them, and ordered the rest of their team to go about destroying the Star Cobras. Of the Star Cobras, there was only one surviving pilot. And even with this, it was quite a close match. But ultimately, the Velocia Avengers came away with a 230 to 200 point victory.
What? That's so high. Wait, 230 to 200?
The raceway is a very tight track system, and so there's probably
have to
quite a
keep
few more
going.
laps. Yeah. But the big news that comes out of that is that there is an alternate coming in. This is an ace pilot that is coming from the GPF, from the same fleet, Spice, that you know Goku Roku is in charge of.
Boo!
Quick question about that, Joe.
Sure.
The person who's replacing it's not the captain spot, correct?
No,
Not a new
No,
captain.
they're
Okay.
not, it's not a new captain.
it's a new pilot
So-
for the one who got killed.
Spice, you see this individual, their name comes up now. This is something that's in the news. You had already seen that there is a GPF troop transport that is coming in. This is called I Trooped My Pants. It is a Shoren community class medium transport, and it's set to arrive tomorrow morning. They must have made a diversion en route in the drift to get here, because they're arriving within the next 24 hours, and you recognize the name of this individual because they are a legendary pilot. Shibito, who also goes by Shi Kito, is a captain. They are a beyond just an ace pilot. They won many awards for a bunch of action in something called the Battle for Dread Beacon. They were active on the campaign across Akaton. I mean, they are very widely known. More importantly, Spice, they would almost certainly recognize you.
Okay. Even with my glamour projector and morphic skin?
Probably not at like a distance.
Okay.
But if they hear your voice,
Fuck, I gotta install that vocal modulator. Quick, let's find a shop.
Or you just take shots of that.
so all this news rolls across your communicators, and you land without issue. As far as you can tell, you're not tracked, and I would say with the perception checks that you all had, you get a pretty good look. Use your scanners to good effect, and you have a very good idea that you did not get tracked.
Nice.
You would all arrive back at 6:30 p.m. on 4/25/2250, which is a Friday, and the first day of the tournament has passed. You have all emerged victorious, and
When's our next fight?
Let's take shots! We've won! Woo! Oh my god, we're going out tonight. Who's got the champagne? I didn't order any champagne. You'd think they'd deliver champagne to our spot.
For the next match
so
When's
good.
that, Shade?
tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Are you pulling out that little poster?
Yeah.
So you yank out this poster, and you can see that indeed the next round of the tournament has been published, and you are fighting tomorrow.
Where?
So tomorrow's match, which is going to be on Saturday. A second here.
Say sorry to Talon.
Oh, why did I redline it? Sorry. Not sorry. Where'd you get the fucking... Bring me the champagne, Talon.
You are all going to be competing in the Crawler Vid Arena. This is a height-restricted battle zone.
Yeah.
It is right outside and around the Zen Crawler, which means that you will all be flying amongst these sort of gigantic rocks and canyons that are mountains that make Mount Everest look like a foothill. These are mountains that rise up in the order of like 30 to 40 miles off the ground. And so truly, like when they get to the top, they're outside of where atmosphere would be for a typical planet. These are gigantic. And I would say there are probably things that will create issues there. Your
That's
opponents...
That's where the Revengers and the Star Cobras were, right?
No, that was the Starboard Raceway.
Raceway.
This, in a similar way, will probably have some very tight turns amongst rocks and crevices. You can probably just fly above all that. It seems, based on some... We'll see.
And who are we fighting against?
It seems like, based on your experience here, it might pay to look into the battlefield. You are facing off against none other than the Veloci Revengers.
Nice. Oh, shit.
And Spice, you know that tomorrow morning this is going to get quite interesting.
Hell yeah.
Joe, that news about the replacement Veloci, was that on the news broadcast for everyone?
Was that on the news broadcast? Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is all over the kind of local network here, and then a little bit leaking out onto the infosphere where it does here and there, but mostly kind of local communications. As you pass by certain places, you get pop-up texts basically that are like triggered from signs and little like hidden points in buildings for advertisements.
Can I do like some kind of check to see if there's anything suspicious about his death?
About whose death?
One of the Veloci, the one who died.
It was in the match.
Yeah, for some reason I think something's off about it. I don't know
Make
what.
a sense motive check.
Yeah, I just... That's a 6 plus 5, 11. Probably not.
Seems pretty suspicious.
Does it? No.
It's your
Get out of here, Joe! Get out of here!
With an 11, it feels pretty suspicious, and you can do with that what you will. So it is about 6:30. You have the evening to go, and then the next day, you do not begin your match until 2 p.m.
Okay.
So what are you all doing with your evening?
Would anyone care to join me as I go to check out the canyon?
I'd like to. I'm pretty, I got big eyeballs. And Gibbs does that thing where eyeballs go separate.
Someone should remain behind with the ships. I do not need much repairs. Primary focus should be on Spice's ship, as she was closest to the damage.
Yeah, fix my ship. I'm gonna go grab a fucking celebratory drink. Let's go, Bubbles.
We need to stay focused on the mission.
Bye.
Only
Spice
a few
leaves.
hours.
Did you give your communicator information to the Ishtangi? Godfrey?
Nice.
Okay.
Love Godfrey.
So at about this point, Echo, you get a transmission from Godfrey. So Godfrey, you can see the Ishtangi pops up, still in the starship, like still working and doing everything, but they reach out and they go, "Hey, MRS, there are people looking for you. Are you open to possible offers for diplomacy, for communication, for things like that?"
No.
You sure?
What?
Yes.
No,
All right.
But thank you for the alert.
All right.
Wait.
If you change your mind, they would like to meet you on the Eco Breaker. So, very well. And
Appreciated.
communication just goes dead.
Echo. Who was the one who attempted to contact us?
It is best that we not figure that out. After all, this place was inhabited by people working for William the Pleaser. If William the Pleaser saw on the communication that I made with Godfrey that we are in a working relationship with Godfrey, he will likely have sussed out where we are staying, or at least who he could use to get in contact with us. I would prefer to not die today. And
does.
I am staying focused on the mission. And
However, our victory will attract attention.
it will, which is why I would prefer to wait for sponsorship after we have won.
Why would we need sponsorship after we won?
We need. Wait. Matt's lost.
Yeah, I'm also lost.
Because
I assume that
sponsorships
Help us win.
from the contact that just
I
tried
do
to
not
reach
believe
out.
Can you
That is
just
a
shut that
sponsor.
down, Deck?
I do not believe that is a sponsor.
It is a door that would be opened, and I get your caution, so...
I would say you
I support the character choice.
in the Zen Crawler, there aren't really sponsors. A offer, he has mentioned specifically an offer of diplomacy and things of that nature, and so that would hint probably not at like a sales opportunity. Unclear as to what that meant, but you didn't engage around it.
Echo knew what it meant.
If you say so.
Diplomacy generally not a good idea on the Zin Crawler unless you come from a high bargaining place.
I intend to contact the Isoki.
Why?
Given that they're out of the tournament now, perhaps they will wish to back someone else.
That may be a better choice.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that idea.
I would, however, invoke the buddy system.
Would I be of more value
I will
with the
attempt to
Isokas?
contact a cold brew.
Or would I be of more value looking at a planet?
Culturally, I believe you would be of more value with the Yosoki team.
Maybe they'll give us a tug.
Cold
have
brew
a-
and I.
We have a tug? Wow, Echo, thanks so much! I really wanted a tug! I was gonna put a tug on my ship, but you took care of it! Thank you so much! I'm very excited to be a tug. Means I don't have to put a tug on my ship and be the tug.
We have contracted the tug services of Godfrey.
Okay.
We have a tug.
Can I borrow some money?
Yeah, me too.
Let her.
We,
I mean, if anybody is getting money, it should be me.
She can have my money.
Yeah.
what do you intend to spend any of the money on?
None
we're
of
gonna
your
go-
business.
It is my business because that is shared funds.
Mine was
We only
actually
have
for
hard
real
currency.
stuff.
So's
Mine's
mine.
for the Isoki.
Our bartering with the Isoki will happen when we go and meet with them. We will not use funds prior to discussing it with them.
Right. But I just want to have an ace in our pocket. Or for cash in our pocket.
Which is why we
quiche.
cannot make promises that we cannot keep by spending superfluously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you intend to use the funds for, Spice?
I said it's none of your business. My money
said
is
that
my
it is.
money.
I feel like you're
Echo.
kind of on a losing one on this one, my friend.
I'm just
Regardless,
okay. Hear me out.
contains-
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
You,
Echo
I was about to
contains
tell you
hard
how much what I was
currency.
going to spend my money on.
Then tell me.
Gambling.
Alcohol, strippers, drugs.
Honestly, I didn't even think about drugs because I already have some. But now that you mention it, that actually would really help us tomorrow.
Babe, you have a whole crate full of drugs.
I know, but think about if we got other drugs.
All
Has
right.
Spice developed some more terrible
problems?
addictions?
Make a sense motive check.
Is it developed or has it always been there?
Can I make a medicine check?
I know one thing for sure. Bubs has it worse.
Take a huge drag of her Tetra stick and it clouds.
Probably the best sense motive I've ever gotten with a 19.
I rolled a nat 1, so I cough on the pixie stick thing.
You don't really know medically what's going on with Spice, but I would say that, Shade, you get the sense that Spice is probably on the first rung of the ladder of addiction.
It's called the system.
It's called the tracker.
When they have a system.
Echo, I'll let you deal with that. Bye.
Filing that to make as a medical note to send to the medical officer.
Gibbs gets the email and is like,
Pulls down the cockpit and just like, I need to reconnaissance.
Yeah, reconnaissance. Let's go, Bubbles.
So Echo takes all the hard currency.
Yeah, trusting that Echo will go and do recon on the battlefield, Shade is going to get started on fixing the ships and then go to, ping Cold Brew to
Okay.
see if they would be
Okay,
interested
so
in meeting.
reconnaissance, fixing ships to start. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I keep being told, let's
I
go,
asked the
Bubbles.
wrong person. What are you doing?
Exactly.
We're gonna go gambling.
Okay.
Yeah.
You two, you're going to make your way off into the space station. What are you doing?
I feel no invitation needed because I feel like we helped them and like their door is my
Well,
door.
yeah, but it's more like
So I'm gonna just go to the Yosogis
Okay, no problem.
without an invitation.
That
Bubs
makes
is
sense.
going to try to trick Spice into going with Gibbs
I
and
got you.
Shade.
No worries.
And then be like, oh yeah, babes, right after.
So the
we
way that we'll do
it.
this, we're going to start with Echo, then we'll go to the two of you to see how that resolves. Then we'll go
No, babe, we'll do it
to
tomorrow.
Gibbs, and then Shade will join Gibbs after we resolve however
can I
the stuff gets
contact
fixed.
Cold Brew because he gave me his contact info.
Yeah, but if you're fixing the stuff, then just in terms of like each player is doing one thing,
Yeah.
you know.
And we need you to fix this stuff.
You could also just both go talk to Cold Brew and then fix the stuff afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd,
We-
I'd
you
do
can-
that.
and I'll help you fix stuff to the best of my tiny abilities.
It's just like mechanically we have to fix it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sleep though.
And luckily, for what it's worth, I believe only one of the ships took real substantial damage.
yeah, so it's only like a couple hours
if
of
Yeah.
repairs.
you and
That's
I
what
are
I'm
there, if you and I leave, all the ships, even the broken one, are unguarded. If you and I stagger,
Yeah,
so I'll be back.
I had just like had a good contact with Cold Brew because we were.
Then
both
I will
pilots.
wait for you.
It's fine. No, it's
I'll
fine.
wait. I'll wait. You know what?
We do need to protect the ships.
Yeah.
So
Then
You do help the
I start putting Spice's ship together with duct tape and
well,
gum.
it's more like we just can't leave them
Oh.
unguarded.
Oh wait, then we can't go
So
together.
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
That's what. Yeah. So just go. Just go.
Well, I'll put in a good word
I
for
can-
you.
I can.
So here's
I can guard
you can message Cold Brew and let them know that Gibbs is coming.
Yeah, and that will provide a benefit for sure.
There we
Yay!
go.
So,
I take that letter of invitation.
Yes.
You go ahead and you fly out. Not even really landing. You kind of hear people say, "So Echo, can we get some money?" And you just take off.
No.
The no is really implied more than anything. But go ahead and make a perception check. Take a +8 conditional modifier, as you are flying just right outside.
Echo's going to the canyon to see what they can see.
Yeah,
+8, you said?
yeah.
Hold for math, please. 40. 42.
42. So with the 42, you fly over, you exit this landing bay, and you make your way off. You can see just as one of the Zin Crawler's huge legs just down, and there is just shaking stones all across the kind of earth or the moon surface. You can see that behind it, there are a number of these little kind of camera drones that are following in the wake, and there are sort of beacons that drift. And so the terrain itself that is part of this course is always changing. You're moving with the crawler. But aside from that, you note that overhead, right where the tops of these mountains kind of peaks out, there is clouds.
Yes.
And you had not necessarily noticed these at first, but with that check, you recognize it's not that they're clouds, they're clusters of shrapnel.
Wow.
And they can be seen as clouds because they're traveling at about 76,000 miles an hour in the opposite direction of Zin's rotation. And so they're very hard to see, they're very hard to sense, and you get the sense that flying above the mountains, which is possible, is probably going to result in a very high likelihood, maybe 75% chance, of entering into one of these shrapnel storms.
I like this.
These mountains themselves are huge, huge proto-mountains that have formed likely from this mountain moon forming when it separated from Garachi eons ago. They make Everest look like foothills. The tops are likely glacially cold. There's no real moisture here, and with no real gravity, whatever these mountains are made of must be incredibly solid, because otherwise they would just drift away. And so colliding with these is probably not a great idea. You would imagine it's going to deal at least as much damage as one of those mines if you run into those mountains, if not more. And running into the mountains would almost certainly wreck at least one of your systems
Now,
automatically.
this is pod racing.
No.
Yeah.
This is as close to pod racing as you're going to get not on the Starburn Raceway. It's going to be tight confines, not as bad as the Raceway will be. With your ships especially, it will be fine to maneuver. But there are places where it may be beneficial to chance going over one of the mountains to get a better advantage point on other people.
I like this.
It's going to be very much up to you. So, that is what you would get. Echo, as you take this information and with that roll, you kind of like facilitate it into what you know about the Zin Crawler. You know that this is a little different than the last game. Each of your teams are beginning with a certain number of points. And likely, as ships are disabled, you're losing them. You can gain things back as you are completing a quote-unquote full lap. You don't know what that will mean here as this ship continues to move, but looking at the beacons, you would guess probably moving within a number of these lit beacons will complete a quote-unquote lap. It will not be a circular lap. This is going to likely be like moving along a straight course, and then that realigns.
It's more like checkpoints.
Yeah. More like check marks, and the check marks are moving along with the course, which is going to be a little confusing.
So it's a slalom.
Yes, very much it is a slalom.
Or like that Mario Kart track where you're on the back of the truck and the truck is moving on
Yes,
the road.
yes.
And going like.
Oh yeah, that's an OG
That's
Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's an old reference, but yeah, that checks out.
I'm old. Fuck it.
The captain disabling is not nearly as important as it is for your last match, and so this is something where you would probably want to focus much more on being able to preserve your ships and complete laps. That is what you would find out.
Nice.
A lot of good information. So Spice, and is there anything else that you want to check while you're there?
Once I've gathered all that information, Echo's gonna head back to the crawler.
No problem. You do so. Spice and Bubbles. What are you doing?
Babe, what do you want to do?
So Spice doesn't even answer because her eyes already have dollar signs in them, and she goes up to wherever the betting place is for lockout tournaments.
So there's two different places that you could go. You
Yep.
can go to the Shipyard of Sin, which is easy to access. And I think actually that's the only one that you heard. I think the other one was cut off from you.
Shipyard of Sin it is.
There you go. You make your way over.
I don't
Bubbles,
remember
are you
anything
doing
about it.
anything to try to stop this?
Great.
I mean, honestly,
What, babe? What's your name again? I forget.
my name?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Johnny Q-Star.
Oh yeah, Joestar. Okay. Don't forget, I'm Miss Valentine.
Yeah, I know, Miss Valentine.
Isn't it just...
Q-Star?
You walk out through the top door. You make your way over to the Johnny Quasar over here, and you make your way over. You reach the shipyard to Sim without any problem, and you do notice. I mean, there is like just food everywhere. There is like stuff being sold. There are little tiny kind of bits of like commemorative merchandise. So if you go over to a place that previously you had bought like a hot dog from, now you can get them with like the buns, have the little icons of the different teams like lasered onto them as you buy them. There's all these little like commemorative details that have been added in over the first day. But you find this kind of long bar of blackened, sanded down steel, and you can make your way over.
I'm gonna buy the giant cotton candies, but with neon wraiths melted into it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You have hard currency with you?
No, dude. I don't think so.
So you go, there's a Farron selling this cotton candy, and he just looks at you and he goes, so we need the hard currency from you.
I have other things. And she's going to drop.
Looks over at you, Bubbles. You got hard currency.
Everything goes to boss lady over here.
What do I even have?
He looks at you just like going through your bag in front of them now.
Yeah, literally, she's just like digging through her purse.
Bubbles will assist as a guy who helps a woman hold her purse.
Yeah, take no bonus.
Like
for
this.
that. I would say, if anything, take it.
She takes out
Look, that's a gentle purse, Hayden.
some darts. And they have pointed tips and reservoirs to hold toxin. She's like, she'll take out whatever, like 5 of them and be like, you want these?
I'm gonna do drugs.
Oh, these are for drugs?
No.
Oh, never mind, you can't have them. How about... I don't want to give my lighter. How about this med kit?
I don't really need a med kit. Look, I really need hard currency. You don't seem to have it, so...
Do you know where I can get hard currency for crushing up shit?
For crushing up shit?
I just need hard currency.
Do I have anything I can give?
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay, she'll like bat her eyes or whatever and be like, hun, I'm not from around here, obviously. Okay.
I don't have anything that great.
Okay, diplomacy, let's get it. 33.
Looks at Bubbles, looks at you, and just goes, so I mean you're looking for work?
No.
I think the Sapphire stage might be hiring over at Eagle Breaker, but...
I want it tonight. I'm here to gamble, hun.
I mean, tips. They pay pretty well at tips.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I think...
Where is it, though? What's the name of it?
Eagle Breaker. You're really not from around here.
Babe,
No.
babe, I think they're...
He goes and he kind of like points past where Bubbles is, and you have to like look, and he's just pointing at a wall, but he says, if you go around here and you take a right and you go past a little Skittermander who's selling things that look like they're alive, and they are, but if you go past there,
Do you know what type of work it is?
exotic Eagle Breaker.
He's offering for you to be a stripper.
Oh, easy.
subtext
Thank
here.
you, hun. And she'll like fist bump him and head towards Ego Breaker.
He goes and he kind of goes to fist bump you and says, just so we're clear, Sapphire stage, we'll be hiring him. But
You're up, babe.
Me?
Yes. Good thing we've got all the outfits. Let's go.
remember who helped you out. I got cotton candy.
Yes, and I will be back for you. You will get that hard cash tip you deserve, hun.
Just kind of nods and you make your way away. No problem.
Babe, I'm kind of scared. I've never, the only person I've ever been naked in front of is you.
That they will
So
eat
you
that
make
shit
your way
up.
up towards Ego Breaker. Gibbs, you make your way over towards the blood walk. You walk confidently as you've been there before.
Yeah.
You did this, Echo.
No, I don't take responsibility for this one.
You did this.
Nope.
Can I trade? I have a meal ready to eat, an MRE.
Yeah.
Can I trade it for fresh food?
As you're walking along,
Yeah, like
yeah, you certainly can.
cool. Can I get as much as a one MRE will get me?
Yeah.
Is it a 1-to-1?
I would say no, you can get more because the MRE has shelf life and that
Cool.
has a lot of value.
Cool. That's what I want because I know that these people like fresh food, so
I would say
want...
you can probably like double the
Cool.
kind of amount of food that you get.
Great. So with my doubled calories, I will bring my offering to the clan, hoping my cold brew introduction has been
Yeah, no problem.
made.
You have like a whole jar of these pickled, they look almost like human fingers, but the bone that's sticking out of them is what looks like maybe a seed of some kind, and they're actually very oddly shaped berries or fruits. But you take a whole bunch of other things over and make your way over.
Cool.
As you get to the blood walk, you would note Foxtrot is kind of out near the front, and they are smoking a cigar on like sort of guard duty outside the main door. There are a few other Yosoki that are at this moment hauling in a couple of like broken, twisted, like lengths of what were probably chain link fences at one point.
Right.
But he would stop and kind of nod you over.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey,
How's it going?
good.
My dear captain, my friend made an introduction to cold brew, and we were gonna stop by both to see. I'm so sorry, the flying fangs, you know. Do you need any help?
okay.
Oh, and I brought you these gifts
We'll try again another. Oh, yeah.
For you.
And he goes and he takes it and he says, "Yeah, go on ahead."
to share.
You-
To share.
Okay. You remember the way, right?
So sad.
He like unscrews the thing with his little Yosoki
And I like
paws.
find the other people, and I'm like dun 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 dun, dun like.
And you can see this other Yosoki looks up and they woof the little goggles. Hey! And they run over and they start fighting over it, but you can kind of leave them in your wake.
Yes, I do.
And you know the way, so you can make your way over, and you're trying to go over to Cold Brew, right?
Yeah.
So you make your way in the direction of the fungus farm. But you wouldn't get too far. There's been like a little makeshift hospital set up in the pop shop. And there's a number of the Yosoki who are set up there. Cold Brew's there. He's not badly injured. He has like a little bandage that's been wrapped around part of his neck and shoulder, but he's just hanging out.
Hey.
As you approach, you almost immediately smell this like sulfurous kind of smell coming out. But he turns over to you and just says, "Hey."
Do you need a hand here? I'm a quick stitch.
He turns and looks at the rest of the Yosoki and he just says, "No, I think we'll be okay. Thank you."
Call me. I will later, but Leon's gonna come later, I think, after he's fixing our ships.
Why?
Oh well, he wanted to talk to you mostly.
About what?
Oh well, we're in the Neon Wraiths, and you guys were knocked out of the tournament, so I think we were hoping to buy some of your stuff if you were interested and no longer needed it. You've got a few years to redo it, so
He nods and he says, "We'd be interested in that."
okay. It's not safe walking through the streets with all that hard currency, so I don't have it on me, but if you've got a buy list and some prices, I can see what we can make work.
He goes over and he gets off, and you can see he winces a little bit as he does.
How hurt is
but
he?
Make a medicine check. He goes over to this bag and he opens up and pulls out a data pad and he kind of waddles over to you.
27.
27, not terribly. Almost certainly there was a broken like collarbone or something like that already fixed. And so they have access to, if not magic, some kind of advanced healing, but not, like crazy state-of-the-art stuff. They're okay.
Okay.
But they bring out this little data pad and they offer it to you to like touch against your communicator to transmit files. And they send you the specs of their Yosoki craft. There are 3 variations that go to you. Give me 1 second here.
In the comments, I want to hear Bubbles' stripper name. I want to be taking polls, so just let me know what you think.
I like Helicopter Johnny.
Helicopter Johnny.
Is that already in the chat? Does he already have one? Fuck, Talon's already on it.
Talon has enough points to get a shirt, so I told Talon, and I'll tell you right now, Talon.
Get a helicopter.
Helicopter Johnny!
I will with the art that we own and with whatever words you want on it, I will make you a shirt. There's a lot of different options available.
Sexy Bubbles on a stripper pole.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah,
art
you
we
can draw
already
that.
have.
If you draw that, I'll throw it out.
Oh my god, you can see it next week here on Alvaron RPG.
Give yourself a little more time.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't need it. I don't have a job, bitch.
But also,
This is my
Talon,
job.
you can do whatever you want, and I'll make sure that it happens.
Bubs' shame is showing.
The not yet. That's
Yeah, not yet.
It's
We haven't
coming.
gotten there yet.
No, that's always showing.
these
Hey,
are
over
3
your
different
face.
variations.
Yeah.
The ships that the Yosoki are flying are Space I is the producer, and the models are an IF-45. There's 3 of those that they fly. One of them flies a Space I IF-47, which is probably a slightly more advanced model. And then Cold Brew himself flies a Space I FL-100. And this is probably the most advanced model, and by a number of years, the manufacturing date is newer. They do have 2 junk cannons, but they also have a number of particle beam-like weapons, and one of them does have a plasma torpedo launcher. But all of that is available there. There's a number of different modules, but I'll send that all in Discord.
Cool.
There's quite a few things available, and Cold Brew would say, we can part with pretty much any of this. It's going to be a few years for us.
Okay.
Well, I'm just really a messenger, really, I guess, a courier even. So I will come back maybe in the morning. It's 6 p.m. right now.
Send me a message. Tell me what you want. We'll
That's-
set up a trade.
Great. That sounds great. Thanks. Bye.
You make no problem.
I'm like, yes, got through one social interaction.
You get through, and there's just broken glass everywhere. That jar is completely empty. All the food has been eaten already. You can see Foxtrot looks a little bit upset. Everybody else looks pretty happy. And so you would imagine there's an equal share of food amongst them. Shade, make an engineering check, just general engineering check. And this is it's easy enough to fix things. It's more about the time.
It's 34.
34. How much damage?
35.
How much hull damage was done to your craft spice?
35.
Not 35, because that would have been dead.
Fuck, I don't know. Let's see. So it was 19 plus 12 plus.
It was 9 points of hull damage.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
So very little damage done. No systems damage really done to any of your craft.
Can you also do shields?
Shields are going to come back automatically.
Oh, okay.
And so it'll only take you about an hour to do this repairs. Especially with your sort of background and the kit of skills you have available to you, very easy.
I forward the email or whatever from Cold.
We can't communicate right now because our signals will get picked up.
Okay.
You can communicate if you want.
You can if you want, but we have.
If I had known that, I wouldn't, though.
Yeah, you
I'm
know.
not trying to fuck my friends.
You know that, but you learned that in the sessions where Ari was missing.
Oh, okay.
So no worries.
Then I walk back.
Okay, you walk back. So Gibbs and Shade end up together. Echo, you return, so the 3 of you are together. And you're like, wait, where are Spice and Bubbles? They have not yet returned.
$1 million question.
Can I have, like, with the extra time that I presumably had,
Yeah.
like, try to shore up defenses for this place? And
How do you want to do that?
I don't know, because I don't have materials here, really.
It'd be tough to
so,
do that.
like, I can't, and I couldn't really.
You could ask
leave,
Godfrey.
so-
Wait,
Well, we've got
materials.
we have that.
Go out shopping.
No.
I can't.
My brain was like, we could take the help brain.
The
robot guy.
No, I already
siege
have
laser.
Oh, the rider.
Space forklift. We could take the space forklift apart and like create barricades.
I mean, yeah,
Can I make a spell crystal? Is that a skill I have?
it is a skill that you have. Yes, it's hard and it's expensive. You need to look at the rules to do
Oh,
it.
okay.
But yeah, you definitely can.
Just my brain thought you could use, but we can't do that without that grinder.
So, Bubbles and Spice, the 2 of you make your way over to Ego Breaker.
You mean Helicopter Johnny and his pimp?
Valentine.
His pimp Valentine?
Helicopter.
Does anybody watch, what's that?
No, I can already tell you it's no.
Guaranteeing no. But what
Parents will
what
not
is
allow it.
it?
Oh, what the fuck is at all the cons, everybody does it.
I couldn't tell you.
And the pimp's name is Valentine. Motherfuck, anyway.
You make your way over towards Ego Breaker, which is on Warlock Shore. And as you go by, each of you make a perception check.
The only pimp that I know is a pimp named Slick.
One of the best.
Okay,
15 plus.
20, 30,
They're on the ship.
No, because the grinder is on the ship.
28.
I will say,
33?
you do know that there's a universal grinder that the Asoki have that are feeding stuff into it. That was which?
33?
33. What was yours?
15 plus. No, hold on. Plus 13, 28. That's what I said. Sorry.
Okay.
Brain fart.
Your check, Spice, you do recognize that there are people who are watching you as you go.
Yeah.
And at first, that kind of sketches you out. There's a lot of people after you, but you do,
I have full, we both are full glamour.
for sure. And people are taking pictures, and you recognize it is not for reasons that are necessarily negative, depending on who you ask. But you are the Neon Wraiths, and you won against all odds your first match. And with that check, you recognize that you have begun to build a little bit of a fan base. And so no longer will everybody be bet against you. You will probably have a few people in your corner come the next match.
Okay. That's not why I'm here, though. I'm here to get cold hard cash.
Oh, I know that. I know that. You go to the strip club.
I don't like how you say
Called
that.
Ego Breaker. This place, as you approach it, it is a sprawling 2-story blacklight-only strip club that has 2 doors out front and a central alleyway that you can walk through between the 2 kind of overarching buildings. And there are people that you can see walking up on the top who have weapons who are serving as guards, at least 3 that you can see.
Okay, before we go up, I need to describe the outfits that we're
Okay, hang on
using
one
to
second
get in here. Okay.
On top as well, amongst the guards, there is a pair of huge projectors and about 20 feet tall projected into the sky going all the way up to like where the ceilings are above. There are these huge like light projected strippers that are kind of like moving, and in the way that you have like the neon like leg go up, leg go down kind of thing, it's a very similar kind of sign, but huge and sprawling and visible for pretty much the entirety of the Warbox Shorn from this direction. Hang on 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm
I
doing
keep all
the
information.
neon leg.
Oh, okay, yes, the neon leg.
Oh, I'll give us a wheel for helicopter Johnny.
Fuck yeah!
A wheel.
Helicopter
Why?
Johnny.
He's
wheel.
probably gonna give a whoa for those bursts.
Oh, wheel good, wheel good.
Wheel good.
He's gonna give us a woe for the red line.
Echo would know is Zin's premier club, and there is out front
This is bad for me.
a huge Dragonborn Vesk, who is standing guard. They seem to be kind of checking IDs as people are coming in. In front of them, there is a massive metallic creature with spikes that protrude out of their back. There are scraps of stiff cloth that hang from several of these spikes, and you can see encased in this hulk of rusting metal, there is a tiny, tiny little LED screen. And Spice, you don't see this with your perception check, but Spice, you see the screen is about this big on a machine that is maybe 22 feet tall, and on that screen is a smiling little humanoid face, and that seems to be what is interacting with people as they walk in.
Okay.
You can see through the door the main lounge. There is air that is like pulsing with bass that is so deep that with the synthetic parts that you have in the kind of cybernetic systems, those vibrate, and you can actually see like within the electronic eyes, like the colors all shift around a little bit with the feel of the bass. There are blacklight cans that are over top that shine down, and there is just this glitter that falls from the ceiling and picks up the blacklight as well. There is on the central stage a naked Vesk. They're not doing what you would consider a typical exotic dance, but they are doing martial exercises with a ceremonial dashko. And this is more like a martial arts repetitious kind of thing that is happening. There's a whole bunch of Vesk all in like various bits of armor who are all just like nodding along approvingly. It's not exotic in the way that you would imagine, but for the Vesk, probably this militaristic society, this is great.
Oh my god. Bet we nailed this.
You can hear one person who just goes, "Sharper form," and like it's not what you expect a strip club to be like.
Okay. Okay.
But with all of that, please describe your outfits.
Okay, so that changes what. So initially, I'll tell you what we were gonna walk in as. So Spice has like a gaudy, like velvet cape with like fluff around the fringe, and then she's got a leash
Low profile.
connected to Bubbles, who's in like full gimp suit. But now that it's like martial arts themed, babe, we're gonna change our attack here. I still need you to walk behind me on a leash, but we're doing it a little bit different this time. And then she'll have him like shimmer over his glamour suit into like like skippy martial arts, like with the thigh all cut up.
I'm imagining
have to
like
Google
Mortal
this.
Kombat. Who's the person that does like the bicycle kick special attack?
That's Chung-Li.
So I'm imagining
Yeah,
Chun
like the
Li's
blue
kind of-
outfit, yeah,
Yes, I'm imagining
it's
that
that.
on Bubbles. Okay.
But also Liu Kang does it as well.
yes,
They both do it.
But
He's
I'm
got like
not
a little
imagining
blue
Liu Kang's outfit.
choker, and like the split thigh is up really high.
Phenomenal.
And we're going to walk up to like the main entrance and go, we're here to perform, lead us the way. Or lead us to whatever.
You walk up to this huge dragonborn, pulling Bubs
Masks.
in a Bas. Pulling Bubs in a very strange variation of a gimp suit ?
A yee.
Make a diplomacy check. I would say
Can I
make this
assist?
flat.
Why? Did you hear
No,
my
that's
outfits?
why it's flat. This would only be
Oh,
negative.
brother.
Shit, wow.
Can I assist by doing a karate pose?
Yeah?
Make a athletics check.
From underneath the
Oh, that's not bad.
that they're repairing echoes, just like, why do I feel that we have made a grave error?
Athletics?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Take a +2 conditional modifier.
That's not
So
bad.
that makes it a 21.
Okay.
You got a
With a
2 and a
20.
1 and a 21.
Yeah.
Holy
You
shit.
show up,
complain
you
about that?
tug the leash, and Bubbles just strikes a karate pose. And you can see the Vesk, at first, not at all impressed, raises the scaled ridge of an eyebrow and seems to consider this for just a moment.
Babe, pull out the Dothco.
Considering other
Pull out the
people's life
Dothco.
choices.
Yes, I mean, are you pulling out the Dothco?
Bubs doesn't want to copy what he just saw on stage, so he'll pull out the magnet.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Unless we have any other cool. No.
So you pull out the magma hammer. You can see their hand goes up. They seem a little bemused at this point.
Yeah.
But because it is 9:30,
No!
before we see how that goes,
I wanted to get into the strip club.
I know.
I want to pimp him out so bad.
This is where we're going to end for the evening.
I'm right here.
Of note, Echo,
My
Gibbs,
finest
Shane,
client.
You all know
whatever.
that Spice and Bubbles are gone. They've been gone at this point for probably about an hour. So when we start off, if you want to start looking for them, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You also don't have to.
Please.
I can
But-
locate them.
We'll
want
be back
her
next
currency.
week on Thursday. If you cannot wait that long, on Sunday we're going to replay this, followed by our original D&D campaign. But please stay safe. It is wild out there. We'll see you next week.
See you, space boyfriend.